Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bienvenidos a todos. I am so excited to be here, chat. We are starting with the event that everybody has been waiting for their entire lives. The TA Wolf Tournament Series. In case you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about a series of events starting today where we're gonna have Pokemon VGC, Smash Bros. Melee, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Dragon Ball Fighters, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 5, Capcom vs. SNK 2, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Invitational sponsored by our friends from Chic Pastel, and of course, last but not least, the Chao Karate Undisputed Championship Subscriber Tournament 2021 Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. You guys have been waiting for these for at least 2 months, and we are now ready to start. This is gonna be an amazing event. Everybody's ready. Saludos a Mitch, saludos al Maestro Chango, Tarantrino hosting us. This cannot start any better. We are ready for this tournament. It's gonna be amazing stuff. Shout outs to everybody. I hope that you guys are excited because I am very excited. Today we have a very special event. If you guys want to check out the bracket, you guys can do !bracket, and El Robot should help you guys out. It's gonna be pretty sick, pretty dope, and well, we'll have to see what happens. Right now, Tacos is hosting us. He's gonna be commentating in a little bit after this first match. I'm gonna need him to send me his OBS.ninja with no audio, and we will get Tacos in the call right now so you guys can enjoy this. But meanwhile, we're gonna be starting with our first match of the day. We're gonna have an amazing bracket, and we're waiting for the players to send the links. It is very important that they do so. We're gonna have to see what happens right now. It should be an amazing event. And yeah, I'm just pretty excited. How is everybody in the chat feeling? Who is your favorite to win this tournament right now? It's to me, it's very exciting because I love Pokemon. I love all of the games, but especially I love Pokemon. Today I'm wearing my Jigglypuff hat for good measure. It's just gonna be a great time, and I have to say this would not have been possible without our friend the Chango in the bracket. So you guys can do !Chango to thank Chango, because of his donations it is possible for us to do this tournaments. Thank you so much, Chango. And I want to give a special shout out to our sponsor for this tournament as well, that's gonna be sending some cool prizes to the players. Mi Cuarto Retro Game. They sell all sorts of antique video game collections at the best quality possible. Mi Cuarto Retro Game is the place you want to acquire any old game you're looking for. Just look them up on Facebook. Mi Cuarto Retro Game. You'll see the logo real quick. Beautiful stuff, very clean. And speaking of cleanliness, how about we analyze what the matches are for this first tournament, because it is finally time to see who the first players are, and we're gonna do a little bit of analysis. The first match we're gonna have today is Annie Vic against Space David. Both of these are two of the strongest players that exist in the universe. Shout outs to Steph C for the follow, appreciate it. And these are two of the best players in Guadalajara, and you can really tell that they have a unique style. Annie Vic, aka Vicente, is known for bringing the very unorthodox stuff. He's bringing a Blacephalon team, a Boltund. He's bringing the regular Landorus, not Landorus Therian, Duraludon, Kangaskhan. So it's a very unique team. I can't wait to see what happens here. And on the other side, we have Space David with a very bulky offensive team. I know David likes those types of teams, and it's definitely scary. We have the Tornadoes there, we have Lapras, we have, of course, Dracovish. Mr. Fish is #1. Metagross, one of my favorite Pokemon. Incineroar, of course, and Zapdos. This is gonna be an amazing, amazing match. Right now, we are connecting to the players. We're gonna have the first set right here. So chat, who do you think is gonna win? Press 1 for Vicente, 2 for Space David. This is gonna be absolutely crazy. And we're connecting to the match right now. Let me tell them that they can start right in there. Let's connect here. We have the versus screen, so clean right now. We have, let's switch sides. There we go. We have Anivik against Space David. It's gonna be a very exciting matchup. Let's see what happens here. Both of these players are bringing their A game. It's gonna be insanely crazy, chat. You guys cannot believe how excited I am for this tournament. It's really something that I have been waiting for months now. I have been waiting for so much for this, and I think that this is gonna be so good to watch. And I'm really interested to see what the players are gonna be doing right now. We're gonna see Anivik against Space David. A very unorthodox strategy from Anivik. I want to see what he brings to the table. Space David bringing out that Lapras plus Tornadoes. It's nice support right there, but interesting lead from Anivik. That Bolton really threatens both of the Pokemon on Space David's side. It's gonna be pretty cool. And that Landorus, he can have Sheer Force, and all of its special attacks do so much damage, especially those Earth Powers, those Sludge Bombs. So we're gonna have to wait and see what the tech is right here. Bolton could be Dynamaxing. Very interesting first turn between both of these players. It's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. We see the switch to Kangaskhan turn 1, and Bolton Dynamaxing. Lapras goes for the Dynamax as well. Tailwind goes up on Space David's side, and G-Max Resonance putting up the screens right there. Max Strike to lower the speed on both of these Pokemon. Nothing for no on the first turn, but you don't want your Dynamax Pokemon to be this damaged turn 1. You kind of want to protect the Dynamax Pokemon, because this is one of your key components in winning if you're a Pokemon player. You want to be protecting your Dynamax Pokemon, because it is the best offensive tool you have on the team. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens here. Bolton goes for the Max Guard. Air Slash here. The Brick Break. No more Aurora Veil. What a read right here. And this is such a good read on Anivik's side. This means that now Bolton can threaten the Lapras with a Max Electric right here. What a way of speed controlling and turning around. That Brick Break was key. He hit that tech just enough and avoided the flinch right there with the Air Slash. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens here, but these matches are looking extremely good at the moment. This next turn is gonna be crucial. Space David has to protect that Lapras, because we know that Tornadoes is not the bulkiest of Pokemon, but Bolton really threatens both of these Pokemon, especially now that Tailwind is not that much of a factor after the speed drop. This is definitely interesting. Kangaskhan gets hurt right there. Max Lightning into the Lapras. Lapras living, but the Brick Break seals the deal. And now things are looking very even still, because both of the Pokemon on Anivik's side have been chipped out, but Lapras is dead. No more Dynamax on either side, and we know Bolton is a threat, but that Dracovish could be scary. Mr. Fish is very strong. Fish's Rend gets rid of everybody, especially when there is Tailwind on its side. Its speed has not been dropped. This is probably a guaranteed kill on both sides. We're gonna have to see what Anivik has ready right here. Maybe he has some sort of strategy to turn this one around. And we see the switch into Metagross. Very interesting. Landorus tags in. Fish's Rend right there, sacrificing the Bolton, but now Kangaskhan comes out, and that was an excellent pivot on Anivik's side, because this means that Kangaskhan gets to fake out this turn, and Landorus really threatens both of these Pokemon. It's kind of scary the way that this is shaping up, and I am wondering if the switch on the Tornadoes was a mistake right here on Space David's side. We're gonna have to wait and see. Very interesting. Tornadoes tags in, Metagross protects, nothing for no one. Nice pivoting right there. That Earth Power definitely threatening Metagross, but dodges the fake out. Maybe we're gonna see a switch right here on Anivik's side to get that fake out to kind of control things, and that is what happens. Protect, Tailwind, and we see the Rock Slide. Interesting read right here. Hits the Blacephalon, shows out that technology. No Ice Punch, it's a Rock Slide Metagross, and this is looking amazing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe the level of play that we are witnessing today. This is the highest level. Chat, how are you guys feeling right now? This is absolutely insane at the moment. I just can't believe what is going on. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens here. And let's see what happens. Another Tailwind right there. Rock Slide. Lander is going to be able to threaten a little bit with that Earth Power, and it is enough. Esports commentary on point. Yo, this is intense. This is very intense, Steph. This shit is crazy. Right now, Kangaskhan is going to come back and fake out. I don't know if Mr. Fish has enough speed right now to dodge a fake out. Nobody can dodge a fake out unless there's psychic terrain, so things are looking kind of crazy at the moment. It could go either way. Let's see what happens right here. Nice fake out, interesting. Kangaskhan goes down, but can Landorus take them both down? No. This is literally coming down to, can Landorus stall out the Tailwind? This is so intense. I can't believe this is going on. Does have Protect right there. Fish's Rend. Is Landorus able to get rid of Dracovish with just one move? Fish's Rend, it reveals the Choice Scarf. What a read right there from Space David, concealing the item until the very end. Ridiculous stuff right there. That was such an intense first match. What a way to start this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's gonna be all the way through. You guys best believe this shit is gonna be crazy. Let's check out the trainer cards a little bit. I feel that the absolute key to victory here for Anivik is definitely the Kangaskhan. Is the Pokemon that lets him pivot, break those walls, looking strong. And right now, we're gonna go straight into match number 2. Let me connect right there to the players, but chat, these matches are gonna be absolutely insane. So much good play from both of these players. You can tell that they're clearly the very best of the best, only here at the TA Wolf Tournament Series. And if you guys are liking the content, you can follow the channel, you can share it with your friends, you can donate, you can subscribe, do anything you want. And let's see what happens right here. Let me tell them that they can start, and we're going right into the second match. Anivik against Space David. Space David clutches that one out incredibly. Both of these players are waiting right here, and we're gonna have to see what happens now. This should be a very, very interesting match right here. And I just can't wait to see what both of these players bring to the table this next game. This is why 2 out of 3 is godlike. This is why 2 out of 3 is godlike right here, because you get to see the adaptations on the fly, you know, and that is what you love to see right here. Let's see what happens. We start here with Kangaskhan and Whimsicott. We see the Whimsicott adaptation. Whimsicott definitely a scary, scary Pokemon because of its prankster ability. And we're gonna have to wait and see here, because Whimsicott could do a lot of things. It could have eject button, fake out eject button, definitely gets rid of Lapras. It does get Tailwind on its own. We see the switcheroo right there. Taunt not fast enough. Whimsicott a little bit faster. That brick break ejecting the fuck out of Lapras, taken away. And a very key component in the strategy of Space David has just been taken away right now. But that taunt is definitely gonna pay off on the Whimsicott, because it's not going to be able to Tailwind right now. So speed control is definitely on David's side, but losing that Lapras turn 1 right there on the switch, losing its item, it's definitely going to be something that's going to be costing Space David right now. And let's see what happens here. Iron Head on the Duraludon switch. Very intelligent. Ice Punch, revealing the Ice Punch. Nothing for no one this first turn, but we do get the Tailwind up. We're going to have to wait and see what is going on right now. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be crazy. This is so tense. Who do you guys like? 1 for Anivik, 2 for Space David. This Duraludon is definitely a big threat to all the Pokemon right here. We see the Dynamax and Metagross brutal swing, activating the weakness policy. The weakness police is here. Duraludon gets taken down, but we are gonna see the brick break right here. Metagross in such a good spot. We have to see what Anivic has in the back. Only Blacephalon could really turn this one back. Maybe the Landorus with those Earth powers. It's gonna be definitely crazy. We're gonna have to wait and see what the technology is. That Fast Taunt right there, you cannot Tailwind. That Max Steel Spike getting rid of Kangaskhan. And now Landorus tags in with no speed control. I don't know if it has enough health to live through this Metagross. And this is just looking bad right now for Anivic. I don't see how he recovers from this one. Gonna have to pull it out. Gonna have to be really clutch right here. Max as the Landorus. Goes for the Max Guard. Intelligent, trying to stall out that Tailwind, but does not focus the Landorus at all. Very smart read right here. No Tailwind. Can't set it up again. Can Landorus bring this back? Absolutely, but he's gonna have to play out of his mind to bring this one back. And Space David is looking so incredibly strong at the moment. You can barely even see how you bring this one back, but the Max Quake gets pulled off right there. This is a start with Metagross gone. There's a lot of things on the table. I don't know if not Tailwinding there was the right choice, but Mr. Fish does have the Choice Scarf and Tailwind. It should be more than enough to kill the Landorus right here with the Fish's Rend. And Space David takes our first match 2-1. And wow, I am just left speechless right now, chat. I am just speechless as to the level of play. And I just cannot wait, you know? I just cannot wait to see what the rest of the matches are. Excuse me if I'm a little dispersed right now. I have to TO, I have to summon everybody right here. And let's wait and see what happens. We're gonna have our next match is gonna be Space Jordan against Omega Fifnir. It's gonna be pretty good. So ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check that one out. You guys are gonna really enjoy it. And well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what both of these players bring to the table. Guys, please tell me, are you enjoying this? Because I'm doing this for the community only. This is specifically for the community right now, and I just want you guys to enjoy as best as possible, because you guys know that I love all of you. Saludos a la reta videogame. Dicen por ahí que falta el mímico con Drain Punch. El Boches no se pudo meter. Y bueno, vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa. Estamos esperando nuestro siguiente match, damas y caballeros. We're waiting for the links. And let me see what's happening. We're waiting for this next match. Is this intense? I'm hyped. I'm glad, Steph. I'm glad because you're a newcomer too to the stream, and if you're liking this, it's definitely crazy. We're gonna have an insane set of matches right now. And how about we analyze a little bit between both of our competitors? We have Space Jordan bringing the double horse team, Clefairy, the Francesco over there, Reggie Alecki, Urshifu, and Rillaboom. Very interesting team that Jordan is bringing to the table. Absolutely crazy. But Omega Fifnir also bringing the good stuff, bringing that ancient, powerful Reggie Giga's Weezing core right there. Very strong. And also bringing Dragapult, his own Urshifu, Cresselia Cruz. Steph C donated $50. Oh my goodness. Steph, this is crazy. Thank you so much. And wow. Just as Patrick said, te amo. And Confe in the back right there for Omega Fifnir. Shout outs to Steph C. Let's see what happens. We're waiting for both of these players. This is good. Thank you so much, Steph. Shout outs to Steph. We're definitely sending her a gift right there. And let me see what happens here. It seems that our co-commentator Tacos is gonna enter the scene, so give us a minute while the players get ready. Let's see if this does pay off. Let's see what happens here. If we can get his camera. We do have Tacos right here on the camera. So let me call him on the Discord, summon him. And I have a special surprise for you guys. Let's see if he picks up on the call, because I do have him right here. Let's have our co-commentator Tacos right now, straight from the island of Puerto Rico, right here, showing up. ¿Cómo estás, Tacos? How are you?
Summoning has begun. I'm doing fine. How about you? It's been a minute. It's been a freaking minute since I've seen you. What's up?
It's definitely been a minute, but we're here. We're ready. He's the most good-looking man in the universe, and I am so glad to have my co-commentator Tacos here. It's gonna be very, very crazy, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what the next match is. Both of these players have been winning tournaments since before I was born, Tacos. So how are you feeling this next match between Jordan and Omega Fefnir?
Shit. Winning tournaments. Give me a little bit of backstory of these people. As to give a little backstory of me, I haven't been following competitive Pokemon for a while now. I was a very avid competitive player for Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6 a little bit. Dropped off after that. I'm coming here to provide a little bit of color for the people, as you know. But give me the background of these players. You say he's been winning tournaments. How about that?
Yep, Jordan has been winning tournaments since before I played competitive Pokemon. He's definitely a very strong player. And Omega Fefnir has always been in the top 8s of almost every Pokemon tournament I have been to. So I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table.
This is a legend. This is the mango of the Pokemon series. That's nice. I like that. All right, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see what teams they bring to the table, and yeah, it's been fun. The first game was actually so intense. I was like, oh my, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Absolutely, definitely very, very intense stuff, and I don't expect less from this next match. They both have really explosive teams. It seems these are the teams that both of the players are going to be having. We see Jordan here with the double horsey, Ice Horse, Ghost Horse, Clefairy, Regieleki, Urshifu, and Rillaboom.
That's what I call them, the Ghost Horse, Ice Horse, and Electric Bat, and I don't really know a lot of the new ones. But I love to see Regigigas being used at all. I've seen some nasty stuff done in this format, VGC. It is I love this choice of Pokemon. Cresselia on the other team, very, very solid choice. I like what I'm seeing. I'm more interested, to be fair, I'm more interested to see how they lead off. I'm really not sure as to the matchup.
I think the matchup is going to be interesting because I feel that Jordan is trying to go for some follow me shenanigans with either of the horses, while Omega Fefnir's offensive core is definitely that wheezing Regigigas, so we're going to have to see what happens. Jordan leaves with his own Regieleki, maybe for some speed control, and Urshifu to try and get rid of that Regigigas. We see this first match. It's about to start. Let me correct the score right there. Score has been corrected, and see, the strength about wheezing Regigigas is that neutralizing gas ability makes Regigigas not have slow starts, so he hits like the death of a family member against every other Pokemon.
It's like a fucking truck for the people. All right, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how they lead off, because taking that slow start off of Regigigas is huge. And Dynamax, oh my, he's just gonna go all out. He's just gonna take out as many as he can. Go out swinging.
Yep, and very interesting right there, going for the Max Hail. Maybe to chip out the Focus Sash on Regieleki potentially, and Regigigas definitely living through most of the offense on Urshifu and Regieleki's side, but that speed control is really going to come into effect the next turn, because that Electro Web does make Wheezing and Regigigas slower, and if you can get rid of Wheezing, it's a bad look. Jordan goes for the close combat here against Omega Fefnir. That Sludge Bomb enough to get rid of Urshifu, though. Wheezing still in effect. We're going to have to wait and see what Omega Fefnir has in the back. He did already spend his Dynamax though, and did not make much of it, so Jordan's offense could still be scary. Brings out the Glass Tier, very bulky Pokemon, but Urshifu, huge threat against it.
Alright, Space Jordan showing his knowledge. He really played that well against the Regigigas lead off the start. It was very nice. I'm curious to see how this game will pan out. I'm still as I lack the knowledge of all these new moves. Oh, sucker punch, good one. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how it goes down, and this is very intense right now. Oh my. He's Dynamax stuff his Ice Horse. It's gonna go off, dude. Or Jordan is going in.
Yep, Jordan definitely showed a very interesting technology right there with the Lumberry. Absolutely crazy, because you usually see Glastrier carrying that weakness policy, or weakness police as people like to call it, and it's definitely such a huge blessing to have Lumberry to dodge the burn, because now Glastrier is gonna kill Weezing, boost up due to its ability, and Urshifu is in chip range thanks to this hail, cannot offensively hit Glastrier right here because Clefairy does have the redirection, and Jordan is just positioned in an amazing spot, has Omega Fafnir against the corner right now, Tacos.
So much advantage, and that +1 defense is gonna make that close combat not be a 2-hit KO here. Plus that follow me anyway, if he could land the close combat, wasn't gonna KO. It's a bulky Ice Horse. Let's see what this Cresselia's got, because honestly, he's gotta go to the tank. He's gotta think. He's gotta bring something out, because the advantage is slipping all the way to Jordan's favor right now, and it's not looking good.
Yep, going for those wicked blows right there, but it's not enough to get through Clefairy.
Nice
Clefairy is such a good Urshifu counter, and Glastrier is just cleaning up. There's not much Cresselia can do against this core. Still another Pokemon we haven't seen from Jordan in the back. Well, it's Regieleki, I think, but I don't see how Cresselia gets through both. Expanding Force is not going to be enough, and that +2 attack Glastrier is more than enough to get Jordan this first game. Tacos, can you tell me what you feel is the adaptation that Omega Fafnir can do right here?
Oof, it's rough. Honestly, the way it felt like Jordan really had a read on him, and especially from the Pokemon they chose to lead off with, he just kind of had a read that he would go off so aggressively at the start. So I would like to see potentially a lead swap, potentially, and try to play a little bit safer to an extent. Maybe I really have no knowledge of what kind of setups there are now. I know that Gen 5 was weather all the time, and now there's even more weathers. I don't know if he's got any of that going on. He's psychic terrain, stuff like that. I don't know. But I would like to see definitely a lead swap, because Jordan's shown that he's got the counter. You know, Jordan's shown that he can handle that quick start on Regigigas. So maybe that will definitely switch the tide for at least for the initial advantage.
I would like to see, since Jordan's team is generally fast, some Cresselia Trick Room shenanigans maybe, or a little bit more of that Dragapult to try and get rid of the Ghost Horse and the Ice Horse. Dragapult, the Pokemon that can definitely get through there. But Jordan repeating the same lead. If it's broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Regieleki and Urshifu. But we see the adaptation.
I like this from both players. I like Jordan keeping it safe. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep him honest, because if you get caught with your pants down with that wheezing Regigigas, it's rough. It's rough. I do like the lead swap, and we'll see how they play it out.
Ooh, but what a read right there with the Electro Web, making Urshifu a little bit slower. Those Dragon Darts are not enough to kill, but Jordan decides to Dynamax right there with the Urshifu, getting rid of the opposing Urshifu. And right now, Dragapult is not going to be enough right there to get rid of the opponent. Maybe we might see a switch right here into the Weezing to put up that neutralizing gas and make the most out of Gigamax Regigigas. I know that Omega Fafnir is trying his best not to get his speed dropped by the Regieleki Electro Web, but it seems almost impossible. Does go for the switch right there. Neutralizing gas looking good. Electro Web does land on both, and now that G-Max one blow pretty much deleting Weezing. That switch was in vain right there. Regigigas goes for the max strike, but since he has slow start, he's a shell of his former self right there, Tacos.
A shell of his former self, like a lot. All right. Honestly, I would have liked to have seen the whole Weezing Regigigas combo pulled out a little later. Maybe deal with the Regieleki a little bit beforehand. I do like how Jordan just realized the situation and decided to go all out with his Ursnifu and just Dynamax it, go in for the aggression. and it's definitely showing that he's got the upper hand and showing why he's been winning tournaments for so many years for the people.
Absolutely, and you can clearly see Jordan's experience right here paying off, leading off against a rough matchup for his team. I would say Weezing Regigigas is hard, but Jordan made it seem like there was no problem, and there was no problem this turn. That was a quick 2-0. I can't believe how fast this matches went. It's nothing like the first game, but Jordan clearly showing up, and people are calling that Urshifu Urshiryu, and I feel that that's an accurate statement. Definitely born to fight this Pokemon, and pretty godlike right now. Tacos, we're gonna have to see what our next match is. It's definitely gonna be pretty crazy, and I have a special surprise for all of you, because I know there's a lot of Tarantrino fans there in the chat, and Tarantrino is gonna show up next. We're gonna have to see. He's fighting Space David right now. How are you feeling about this next match?
Again, I don't know how these players have adapted to these generations. I don't know much of the they have, but I can clearly see the adaptation as they go, and I'm looking forward to see who's more on the aggressive side, who's more on the defensive side, what kind of setups they have. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. I'm very much an avid watcher of these tournaments back in the day when they would just happen. I don't know, the VGC events, the yearly one, the Worlds are they called? I'm not too sure. Excuse me. I would just have them on Twitch on the side always. That was so hype. I would also watch the TCG. The TCG is super fun.
Absolutely.
What about you? What do you think of the TCG? Have you ever gotten into that?
I love the TCG, but I don't play it because, as my mom used to say, why would I spend money on cardboard? But if I'm rich one day, I do want to collect it. I do play a little bit of TCG on the side on the app. There's a free app where you can literally play TCG, learn. So if you guys are into the TCG, it's definitely worth it.
I mean, the starter deck format. It's the one that I play.
That's pretty cool. And speaking of starter decks, there is nothing starter about either of these players. Trino has been getting to the grand finals the past 2 or 3 tournaments we've had in this channel, and Space David just had a really impressive showing against Anivik. So we're gonna have to see what both of these players bring to the mix. It's gonna be very interesting. Tarantrino had a bye round 1. His opponent did not show up, so this is the first time that we're gonna get to see him. And let me tell you, both of these players are gonna bring some cool stuff to the mix, but I want to see, chat, who do you guys like? Press 1 for Tarantrino, press 2 for Space David, because I know that you guys are excited for both of these players. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens here, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait, because I feel that this might be an early grand finals.
Based on the accolades, it feels like Space David is the underdog. I'm not sure though. You tell me if you say Tarantrino's been here for all the finals. This is tight. Definitely, I'm looking forward to see their teams. Ooh.
And these are some nice
I like
teams.
These picks.
Very contrasting strategies, because you see that Tarantrino's team, it's a very ancient team, very slow team. It has Regirock, Bronzong, Alolan Marowak, Zapdos, Dracovish, and Indeedee. This is a very Trick Room-centric team. Lots of bulk, lots of hard-hitting Pokemon. You see the tech options right there with Indeedee using Follow Me to redirect maybe some of the damage, guarantee that Trick Room, and Zapdos just to cover for the general weaknesses of the team. While Space David is bringing that bulky offense. You see the Lapras, you see the Dracovish, you see the Tornadus, you see the Metagross, you see the Incineroar, and you see the Zapdos. So it's definitely going to be a great match. What do you think of these teams, Tacos?
I very much enjoy the Zapdos picks. It reminds me of your Pokemon Stadium 2 and 1. Every time they miss Thunder, dude, every time. I'm liking the Regirock. I used to love Regirock so much. I had him in so many teams. The Alolan Marowak, I believe that is. Alolan?
Yeah.
Alolan Marowak? Dude, it looks so dope. So I'm just excited to see the teams. I know that the little red dude, is he Dragovich? I don't know.
Dracovish?
He looks tight. What I've seen from that Pokemon looks really cool. So I'm excited to see what happens. Metagross, very old pick. This gives me good old school vibes. Just looking at these teams, I like the Incineroar. Flavor wise, I love these both teams. I'm just looking forward to see how it plays out. Back in my day, we used to be about that Scar and Bliss, you know, that mixment stuff. So it's different nowadays. So it's refreshing to see some of these Pokemon, you know.
Absolutely, and I feel you. You know, I'm an OG player as well. I'm definitely from the Scar and Bliss days, from the Garchomp days, from the Wobbuffet Reigns of Terror. But Pokemon has evolved, and in doubles especially, you see a lot of interesting strategies. There's so much that these Pokemon can do that you cannot really call what both of these players are going to try and do. It seems that the players are ready. Tacos, are you ready though? Because I feel that this might be an early grand finals from the way that both of these guys are playing.
All right, I'm ready. I'm stoked. Let's see who wins. Spade David is looking pretty untouchable. I don't know from what I've heard, but if Tarantrino's been in the grands like every time, you know, we'll see how it goes.
We're gonna have to wait and see. I need all of the Tarantrino fans right there in the chat showing up. Make sure to show some love. And right now, this is looking very interesting. I feel that the key to Tarantrino's team is definitely that Regirock. Regirock can threaten everyone on Space David's team. While he doesn't really have much answers, you cannot intimidate Regirock because he is a rock. How do you intimidate a rock, Tacos?
That's a good question. I've been trying to find that out since I was 12.
Nobody can do it. He's literally rock solid. And Metagross is, I think, the threat on Space David's team. But there is a lot of answers to Metagross on Tarantrino's team. He has the Marowak and the Bronzong.
The Metagross, it has a different... Do they play like different abilities now? Like, does he have a Metagross with a different ability? Is that like the meta now? What kind of Metagross is this? What do you expect?
Well, we saw in the first match that this is a weakness policy Metagross. Weakness policy is an item that when you get hit by a super effective attack, you get +2 in both attack and special attack. Right now, though, interesting lead. Space David going for that Lapras Tornadus lead, while Trino going for that Regirock Bronzong. We're going to have to wait and see. Maybe trying to set up a little Trick Room. Gets taunted, but reveals the Mental Herb. G-Max Resonance goes up, but we're gonna have to see what happens right here. Max Rockfall into the Tornadus. It gets it to its stash, but it does summon the Sandstorm, and Tornadus is gone. Bronzong has very, very healthy stuff, and Regirock showing off. What a play from Trino.
What a play with that Sandstorm. My God, that was so nice.
That was really good. And now under Trick Room, Trino is guaranteed to move first.
Almost.
Does he have a self-activation? Is he gonna go for some sort of chip here on both Lapras and Dracovish? Bronzong is known to have that Bulldoze to activate Regirock's own weakness policy, but it could also be an Iron Defense variant. And if he does have that Iron Defense and the move Body Press, Bronzong suddenly goes from a defensive threat to an offensive threat in a matter of seconds. Goes for the Body Press right there. Max Hailstorm on the Dracovish, giving Hail right there. Bronzong gets crit. Bronzong is down, and now Mr. Fish chips in the Regirock, but not enough to kill. Activates his own weakness policy, and there is rain on the field. Aurora Veil is up, but Dracovish has been chipped out. Zapdos in the back. Very smart bring here from Trino.
You love to see it, and with this rain, we won't see Zapdos missing any thunders, huh?
We won't. And you love to see Zapdos not miss Thunder, because mine has definitely missed every single Thunder I've played in Pokemon Stadium. But this is Gen 8. There's no such thing as a miss, because there is too much technology right now. And we're going to have to wait and see what the move is. I feel that David has to be scared right now, because Regirock is a huge threat under Trick Room, +2 attack. He can kill anything on the field right now, and this is a great position for Trino. Does David have something in the back to counter the Regirock? There's 3 turns of Trick Room still.
That's the question, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. This next turn really is gonna decide a lot of the rest of the match, in my opinion. So I'm expecting, nice switch. Ooh, that'll be a one-hit KO. Oof. That's a sack. Ooh,
this is
nice,
basically
nice.
even right now. They're trading Pokemon. What a read from Trino. He does have access to the Rock Slide now. There's still 2 turns of Trick Room, and Alolan Marowak shows up. He's definitely gonna move earlier, and this is looking good. If Trino can go for like a Shadow Bone Rock Slide combination, this could be the end of Space David. Trino bringing absolute technology right now, and that Regirock looking very strong. Space David is gonna have to find a way to stall out that Trick Room, because I don't see how you get through a +2 Regirock and an Alolan Marowak. These characters both hit like a truck.
Scary. It's so scary. All right. Keeping them honest with that Protect.
Wow, Trino messes up right there. Does not cover for the Protect. Is gonna have to bet it all on a Rock Slide. This is so crazy. Rock Slide has to hit both of these Pokemon here, and Trino might have a chance, but if he misses, both Lapras and Dracovish can clean it up. That was a misplay by Trino, perhaps getting a little bit nervous here, being on the most important stage.
I personally feel like he was trying to read next level. Like, he was assuming that the Lapras was not gonna Protect. He was trying to outplay when he had all the advantage and no need to actually, go for it. But we'll see a concession from Space David here. Trino bringing it home for the boys. That's one for the fans, for the people in the back. We'll see how the next match goes.
Absolutely, and Trino managed to clutch it out right there. That Rock Slide was enough. I think that was a misplay from David too. Perhaps didn't realize he would live that. Maybe if he attacked, he would have won. And you can tell that the nerves are very real. What adaptations would you like to see right now, Tacos, for the second match?
Honestly, that Regirock is looking like Tarantrino's symbolic character. That's his like specialty. He set it up, and it was taking people out left and right. So I'd like to see. I'm not sure if a different lead, but maybe just a different sequence to hard target that Regirock. Because honestly, even though Bronzong can definitely become a threat, if he leads again, we just want to see him get rid of that Regirock as soon as possible. As long as you keep the more turns it's out on the field, it's scarier for him. So I don't know. I feel like that's what I would like to see, honestly, as an adaptation. But yeah, what do you think?
Absolutely, I agree. I think Regirock is definitely a threat to everything on David's team. You saw that even through the Aurora Veil, Regirock was just getting through every single Pokemon. Very, very
so
interesting.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so good. It's a signature Pokemon. In this matchup, it's seeing how it can hit everything profitably. I just think you got to target it. You got to do something about that. Even if he doesn't present the Regirock, keep some in the tank. Just be ready, because it's gonna come out and swing hard,
Absolutely, and I would like to see Metagross. I think that Metagross is pretty much the only offensive threat on David's side that can kind of deal accurately with the Regirock, because it does get those max steel spikes to boost up its defense. Both of these players are starting. David going for that same lead. Trino said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. We see that Taunt is not enough to get through Bronzong because of the Mental Herb. And I think that Trino's just doubling down on an effective strategy right now, Tacos.
Definitely, definitely. I respect it. I honestly feel no need to change it. Like, Regirock just deals with his whole team. So what can you do, right? Like, why not? And if they deal with your Regirock, you got the rest of your team to still work, like, why not? Why swap if it ain't broke, right? Like, as you said. We'll see how Space David deals with this and sequences his moves now, because if he overthinks things and goes for too risky of outplays or maneuvers, it might cost him, like last time. We see both Dynamaxing out, Air Slash from Tornadus. See another D-Max Resonance.
Tornadus is gone, no Tailwind even. Trick Room tried to go for the flinch right there, and I don't think that this is a good strat, focusing the Bronzong, because Regirock is the threat. Trino positioning himself in a very great spot, and it seems that David is against the ropes.
Like a replay last game.
Maybe Metagross can come out, maybe Dracovish, but if he activates that weakness policy, I just don't see how you get through the Regirock. He has too much health right now.
Too much. What do we do? What would you like to see? What are you doing in this spot? Like, if you feel like, if they just take out your Tornadus and you're just You staring at a Dynamaxed up Regirock with weakness policy. Like, what do you do?
I mean, you can try to like burn it with Incineroar, maybe try to go for a burn right there. It might not be the right play. Iron Defense starts to bulk up, goes for the Rockfall right there on Incineroar, chip it out a little bit. Will-O-Wisp, very smart, does get the burn right here in Regirock, and this is a good adaptation, but now there's a new threat. Last time, Bronzong did not reveal Iron Defense, and this time, Bronzong is looking like he's the sweeper. What a smart core right here on Tarantrino's side. Incineroar is in danger. Lapras is in danger as well, but the body press just hits too hard, even through the Aurora Veil. This should be a guaranteed kill on either side. Body press gets rid of Incineroar. Ridiculous. Max Rockfall right there, gonna do a number on the Lapras. Puts up the Sandstorm. Regirock is gone, but 2 for 1, that's a nice special, especially because Lapras ran out of Dynamax and you still have 2 Pokemon to pivot through this.
Okay, so Regirock down, but it's looking rough, honestly. Okay, we see the Marowak come out. Marowak, another scary Pokemon. At least we can see Bronzong is around 60%, right? So it's doable. Some chip damage has been done, but it's 3 versus how much is that? Like
it's really 3 against 2 right now, and you know what? The Marowak can really hit hard with Shadow Bone on either side. It could go for the Shadow Bone on a Lapras, the Body Press. If I was Trino, I would be focusing the Dracovish right here because it's revealed to be Choice Scarf, so it cannot really protect. Goes for the focus right there on Dracovish. Goes for the Shadow Bone on Lapras, though. Very interesting technology right there. Sacrificing Marowak a little bit, but now this is a 2-on-1, and Zapdos does come out, so that Body Press is going to be dangerous, and I'm not sure if Fish's Rend in the rain is enough to kill the Zapdos right here. Thunderbolt does move first. It's a slow Zapdos, and Tarantrino wins cleanly 2-0, Tacos. What a match.
What a quick 2-0. Yeah, as you said before, Tarantrino's been winning some tournaments. He's been in grands like these last couple times. He's showing why. Like, he's definitely very talented. He's got the skill, he's got the knowledge. What a smart core. Honestly, between the Bronzong and Regirock is so hard to deal with because you have threats on both sides. One that sets up and still can swing like a hammer, and honestly, I just feel like he didn't have much to deal with that. Like, as in regards to like the Pokemon he chose, he just didn't have a good answer for anything of that. Like, once you're down with Regirock, Bronzong's over there hitting super hard, still supporting his team. So it's, well, even if you get rid of both Regirock and Bronzong, it's rough. You have so much to deal with.
Yep, it's crazy.
I just feel like it was a case of a kind of a rough matchup in regard. Plus some certain plays that may have costed, may have not. It was really just too hard, honestly, to deal with Regirock. Honestly, hitting so hard.
And it was rough there on Space David. So Trino qualified himself into the winners finals with that one. And the next winners finals qualifier is going to be Space Jordan against Widest. Let me tell you a little bit about this rivalry. You know how Red and Blue, they're always competing. They're always one-on-one, Naruto and Sasuke. This is Widest and Jordan. They are the Naruto and Sasuke of the Pokemon community right here in Mexico. They're always fighting in grand finals. Sometimes Widest wins, sometimes Jordan wins. So this is going to be a very tight match, to say the least.
How often do you feel like these Pokemon tournaments are being held usually? I'm curious here in the Mexican scene, at least.
Before the pandemic, it was one very big major every month. The Pokemon scene is very active, and right now with the pandemic, there's been some weekly tournaments online, but not very much big tournaments, so it's been kind of like a chill session. But
it's relatively active, and there's at least in the sense of players. How would you say the community is? Is it pretty large? Is it pretty active? Is it small but passionate, etc.?
It's a big community, and they're very passionate about the game. Like, it's kind of crazy because I've never felt more welcome in a community than in the Pokemon community. It's actually crazy the level of love that they show everyone, and you just get to enjoy so much cool stuff. You know, it's really dope that you see the The players just teach you. Everybody's nice there. There's hype. There's great events, and you just get to enjoy
Definitely.
so much of the matches right here.
Shout out. Shout out to the Mexican Pokemon community and all
Abs-
the Pokemon community in general. Because honestly, I'm just a Smash player. I play Magic. I play I put Magic the Gathering. I play Valorant. I play like different games. I love Pokemon in every way. Definitely casually nowadays. I just bought Pokemon Snap. It's over there. I
Oh,
love
it's
Pokemon Snap.
That game is so cool. I saw
It's
Clamperl
so
get
sick.
murdered by a Drifblim in that game. It's just beautiful. You just
Dude,
get,
it's so
you feel
sick.
like National Geographic. And speaking of National Geographic, let's take a peek at these players' teams. So we have, oh, wait, there was a small now on the spot because we have
Happens,
no shame.
happens.
There we go. And we have Whitest against Jordan. Whitest bringing a team with two Reggies. He's bringing Reggie Alecki and Reggie Steele. We've seen many Reggies today. Bringing that Landorus, that Grimmsnarl for the screen support, Moltres, and Spectrier. While Jordan is bringing team Double Horse to the mix. It should be pretty interesting.
Wait, there's a Moltres? Is that the black and red?
Yeah, that's Galarian and Moltres.
Oh my, that looks insane. That looks
He's-
so cool.
It's
I
so
love to
cool.
see the Reggies. I always enjoyed the Reggies, so I love to see that. Although I am noticing, being a casual player, I am noticing the ghost horse. I mean, the horses in general have been used quite a bit. They seem to be pretty much staples nowadays. Same with you know, the usual Landorus. Ever since that cycle of Pokemon came out, I believe, what was it, Gen 4, Gen 5? The Landorus, the
Yeah,
I don't know,
ever since
remember.
Gen 5, the competitive shift has been big. And right now, though, it seems that the horses are staples. They're the newest legendaries. Ghost Horse, aka Spectrier, very, very fast, very, very hard-hitting special. And
the electric bat thing. That
Reggie
that
Alecki.
look. Reggie Alecki, is that what it's called? Oh, that's an electric Reggie. I can see the little marks.
Absolutely. And speaking of things that are cool, how about we get into this first match? But first, let me bust out my DJ skills because I don't want you guys to go to sleep. We need a very aggressive Pokemon song right here, and I will
Yes,
give
sir.
you it. Here it is. This is time, the Lugia theme song. Let's tell them they can start, and this should be a battle for the ages to see who qualifies to our winners finals here. Whitest against Space Jordan. Let's see what happens. Who does the chat like? Press 1 for Whitest, 2 for Jordan. I think the Reggie Alecki is gonna be key right here, Tacos. I think that Reggie Alecki is absolutely scary right now.
The pressure of lowering your speed in general, like for free, essentially for whoever comes in. Like, oh my, that's so good. That's so like it neuters the point into having such a speedy threat, you know. So it's a very powerful Pokemon for sure.
Absolutely, and we see a ghost rivalry right here. Jordan going for that Clefairy with the Follow Me, while Whitest is gonna go for a more bulky strategy, perhaps trying to set up the screens with Grimmsnarl right there to take less damage. So we're gonna have to see how Jordan mitigates the defensive pressure that Whitest is putting up. And Spectre is a Pokemon that's not very bulky, actually. Clefairy gets taunted right there, Shadow Ball into Glastrier, not doing much even with the critical hit. Reduces Spectre into its sash right there, and Spectre is gone. Right now, this is a +1 boost right here for Glastrier. Oh wait, it's not because it didn't kill directly. The sash helped it out, but Landorus is still threatened by that ice move, and I just don't see how Whitest can turn this around against Jordan at the moment. He does not have the pressure to get rid of the Glastrier.
Yep, he definitely doesn't have anything to threaten it right now on the field. So it's looking like and also that Clefairy is such a good support role kind of Pokemon because it's been a classic. I know that set with it's been around for some time now, and it looks like a really good combo with this Ice Horse and Dynamaxing it up and going insane. And it doesn't seem like Whitest really has much to deal with it at the moment. I don't know what kind of switch she's gonna pull out, but looks like a Registeel. Oh, Grimmsnarl with a trick.
That was very interesting because the trick gives Glastrier the lagging tail, making sure it moves at the end of every turn. Right now, though, Registeel is the adaptation that we were looking for with Whitus, because Registeel is pretty much the only answer that he has to Glastrier. But the question is, can Registeel survive a combination of Urshifu, Wicked Blows, and Glastrier attacks over and over? Because this could be looking rough. Iron Defense gets set up, Max Steel Spike on the Grimmsnarl, and Jordan is gonna try to go for the kill right there. The Grim Knight getting rid of the intimidation right here, and Glastrier is still a big threat, but Registeel slowly but surely creeping up its defense, and we know how strong Body Press gets after you boost up that defense.
All right, we see a switch into a Clefairy, hoping to tank something. All right, Max Airstream onto the Ice Horse, pressuring the Glastrier. Interesting. Gets hit. Ooh, Landor's down. No, we're good. We're living.
Yep, and right now, that was a smart switch from Jordan, because now Clefairy is not taunted anymore. It can get away with those follow me's, taking the damage away from Glastrier, and Landorus is gonna have to protect right here, or I don't know, maybe Registeel critting that Glastrier. It's looking rough because the follow me is just such a strong tool, and Jordan has not lost a single Pokemon. I don't see how Clefairy's dying this turn, and Jordan is just pivoting around Widest so cleanly, showing us why both of these players, they know each other, they know their habits, and they're just trying to pull it out the best way possible. But no follow me right here. Interesting, perhaps a bad move right there from Jordan. Gets called out by Widest. What a read. Incredible stuff right here.
That's the overthinking it. That's the maybe think, and you never lose sleep over the 15th card in your sideboard. That's a Magic reference, or whoever plays card games. You know, never lose sleep over the last card of your sideboard. You know, your side deck or whatever you want to call it. That's what happened there. He overthought that and went for a protect instead of follow me. Paid the price. He's down the Glastrier. So. We'll see how it goes. It goes for follow me.
Ooh, and now Clefairy's gone, and it seems Tacos that Jordan has lost all of his lead. This is all tied up. It's coming down to whether Urshifu can get through the Landorus faster, if Regieleki can crit. That Sucker Punch revealing great technology right there. Thunderbolt doing tons of damage, and it's gonna come down to Urshifu against Registeel, but no, the Sandstorm plays against Jordan, and Widest brings it back in an impressive fashion right there. Jordan's precipitated a protect right there through the game.
Very impressive. I also will say, me, from when I used to play, I only slightly got into VGC at the end, and I will say, refreshing how double battles in VGC tend to be a lot more fast-paced than usual singles. I used to play Smogon's singles, and definitely I enjoy the pace, and I very much like how Widest just adapted, did the right read at the right time, and that just won the game from there. Registeel, very, very powerful once you set it up. So
absolutely.
We'll see how both players adapt to the next game.
Yeah, you can clearly tell that one turn was what switched the entire tide of this battle. We're gonna see right here what both of these players do for this second match. We are connecting right back into the versus screen, and it seems that Widest has a little bit more of a mental edge against Jordan right now, and that could get in your mind. When you're playing a game like Pokemon, you have to be at 100% mental capacity all the time to make the right move each time.
Yeah, it feels like Jordan really just the lead wasn't all that much, but he definitely had a solid lead, and he just overthought a little bit too much, and it ended up costing him the game. White has definitely punished as hard as he could and took the first game, so we'll see how it goes. We start off on the same leads. No, I don't recall if we started off on Landorus last time, but I'd like to see the Regieleki.
We see the follow me right there. Bolt switch into the Clefairy, pivoting right there into the Grimmsnarl, but does get shot right there by the Glastrier. Grimmsnarl in a little bit of trouble right now. Let's see if Clefairy is fast enough right there with the follow me in order to get rid of Grimmsnarl, and if that happens, Glastrier's attack is going to be boosted up, Landorus is going to be in danger, and I don't see Regieleki getting through this core. Once again, Registeel has to be in the back right there, and Whitest is going to have to be very, very smart in the way he plays that Registeel if he wants to bring this back, because I feel that Glastrier is just such a bad matchup for his team.
He's just got so much good usage, and with the support from the Clefairy, it is very much so hard to deal with them. So yeah. I can understand using all your resources like this, bringing out the Grimmsnarl, bringing out Landorus early. Like, we'll see how it goes. Definitely Jordan, as we said, with a slight lead, same like last game, and no Pokemon lead, but he's definitely feeling a bit more set up and a bit more comfortable in this position. That being said, Whitest does have 2 threats. So we'll see how it pans out. Definitely could go either way still.
Yep, and right here, I want to give a huge shout out to Christy, one of the biggest supporters of this channel. Everybody, exclamation mark Christy in the chat. And right here, we are ready to see what's going to happen. It seems that Whitest is really thinking it through because he knows he's in a tough spot. This lead that Jordan has been bringing has been putting Whitest in a very, very hard to deal with situation. We see the Protect right here. Trick, interesting stuff. Goes for the Max Hailstorm, and what a read right there with the Registeel. Very, very cool play, calm and collected by Whitest. Really thought it through, and it paid off. And now Jordan is the one that's gonna have to be in the guessing game. Registeel has no reason to attack, can just iron the fence right there. So I would like to see a Glastrier switch, maybe protect that Glastrier from the Registeel, and perhaps try to set up something interesting. We're gonna have to wait and see. Goes for the Spirit Break. Amnesia. Sing puts it to sleep. What a piece of technology right there. You rarely see that. What a read. Registeel got put to sleep right there. Regieleki and Landorus are coming in, but I don't know if either can survive an attack here from Glastrier. This is looking rough. Follow Me is still on the table. Nice Protect right there. Goes for the Follow Me once again. Registeel is still asleep. That Icicle Crash is going to be good. Any sashes have been broken now by the hail, and this is just looking ridiculous from Jordan right there. Electro Web to try and stop the Glastrier a little bit, and that Body Press not gonna be doing much to the Glastrier. Icicle Crash getting rid of Regieleki, but there is no defense boost on Registeel's side. If there's an Urshifu there in the back, this could be a lot of trouble for Whitest at the moment, because that +1 attack puts Glastrier in an amazing spot. We haven't seen the Dynamax though from Whitest's side, so that is definitely still an option.
Interesting. Okay, I'm back. I sorry, had my roommate come in. They were outside there, and I had to help her with some stuff. All right, we're back. As I came back, I see that some damage has been done to Jordan's team. And what do you think of the matches? I personally, I can only see the Pokemon up, but I don't really know what the status and how the advantage is going right now. Do you think it's pretty even? How's it going?
I feel that Jordan has a very, very important lead right here, but just like that, it vanished, and it 1%. Is looking good right here for Whitest. That Registeel has been a tough nut to crack, and it is looking like Whitest might be qualifying against Trino in this winners finals unless Jordan has some technology we haven't seen. That Sucker Punch is not doing that much damage, reveals the Hyper Beam, but it might not be enough. I feel that the Body Press should be coming out right here, and it's doing a lot of damage. That recharge right there from Regieleki is gonna be enough, and Whitest qualifies with a clean 2-0 against Jordan on stream. Ridiculous play right now. What a read right there from Whitest.
It felt like every time that I would come back and watch, Whitest would be down, even if it was a little bit. He was always just Jordan definitely had like the upper hand, and he set himself up like well, but definitely Whitest just adapted, had the resources to actually deal with the situation and bring it back. That was very clean. That was some tight play, and that'll bring Whitest up 2-0. We'll see him in winners finals next.
Yep.
And yeah, looking forward to see how the rest of the tournament goes.
Right now, we're going straight into the losers bracket. We're going to have Space David against Omega Fefnir. We've seen a lot of these players today, and they have been really showing up, putting up an excellent amount of gameplay. We have a Tarantrino against the widest match set up. Should be pretty interesting, too. The Reggie's Battle of Reggie Rock against Reggie Steel. We're going to have to wait and see what happens right there. Meanwhile,
Reggie being MVPs, honestly.
Yep, the Reggies have been showing that maybe 8th gen was their gen. Maybe it wasn't the 3rd gen right there.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe 8th gen is all they needed.
Yep, and right now we are waiting on both of these players to connect. So while we wait, I want to ask the chat a special question. Chat, what is your favorite Pokemon game from gens 4 to 1? Forget about the new ones. We're going retro this time. What is your favorite game from those generations? I want to know.
Solid. Clean. Solid Gen 3. For me, Gen 3, 100%. 100%.
I am team Gen 3 as well. I'm not going to lie.
3,
I think
100%.
Pokemon Emerald is the greatest Pokemon game to have ever been created. But you know what? There's definitely a lot of divided opinions right there. Some people saying Soul Silver, others saying Platinum. There's a lot of division right there in the chat. Very interesting.
Interesting. We don't see any Gen 1ers in chat yet. But, and not anything wrong with that, because ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of Gen 1 here or there, you know? Gen 1's nice. I'll queue in a Pokemon Showdown here or there and do some Gen 1 random battle, just because it's fun. But,
Absolutely.
yeah, I don't know. Gen 3 is very symbolic for me as a Pokemon player. That's when I started to play competitive in general. I played a lot more Gen 4, but I definitely started to like train my Pokemon that way and like try to get into this more difficult mechanics, right? Intricacies of IVs, EVs, and stuff like in that gen. And the physical special split was like weird back then. It was based on typing. It was so weird, but I think that makes it. That's one of the mechanics that makes the gen unique. So I think it aged really well for me personally. And obviously, it's not a game it's not too much of an accessible gen. Of course, like you need to play it on old hardware. It's very taxing. There's no online play. Pokemon Showdown or like any simulator like that is all we got. But I'm glad we still have the mechanics and aesthetically, I also feel like it was definitely my favorite. Like the designs of the Pokemon were really cool, and in general how it played out, the story and everything. It was my favorite, at least like by a long shot. I mean, Gen 4 is a close second. That's where I definitely played most of my competitive play. I played a lot of Gen 5 as well, but Gen 4 was when I played the most competitive. And obviously the special and physical split was very needed. I feel like it was definitely necessary.
I think that Gen 4 was, to me, the best competitive Pokemon that has ever been played. It was just the right balance of smart and bullshit. Not too much bullshit, not too much balance. It was just right. The people in the chat are asking, when is Marvel? Marvel is next week, but Marvel is also forever. If you guys want to know what games we're gonna have for the next week. Tomorrow we have Smash Bros. Melee, where Tacos would be competing. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the next week. It's gonna be pretty exciting, so you guys can sign up. If you guys want to sign up, all you have to do is !tournament series. I'll do it for you guys because I love you, and you guys can do that one right there. We're waiting on the players right here to connect, and while we're waiting on the players, I want to give a huge shout out to one of our sponsors to make this tournament possible. It's gonna be a shout out right here to our good friends from Mi Cuarto Retro Game. They definitely have the best old school hardware. They sell anything you can ask for. They have the NES in pristine condition. They have the old school games. They have even the Dreamcast stuff. You guys cannot miss out on all the stuff they have. If you want to know more about their catalog, all you got to do is shoot them a message on Facebook. Just look at them as Mi Cuarto Retro Game. And word says that if you say that you come from this stream, you guys are going to get a special discount. So if I was you, I would try it out, chat. Meanwhile, we're waiting on this next match. Tacos, what do you think of our sponsor, Mi Cuarto Retro Game?
Bueno. Honestly, if you're looking for retro stuff and you're into that, I know my best friend Ricardo, Ricky, he's a friend of mine, so check Tito on Discord. He's really big into collecting like old school retro type of gaming hardware or games in general. So if you're looking for that, lo tengo en mi cuarto, you know, like está ahí en mi cuarto, ahí tirado. It's over there, you know. They seem like cool people. Thanks so much for supporting the stream. Thanks for supporting TA Wolf, the legend, the master, the homie. And I'm down. If I'm ever around, I'm trying to go to Mi Cuarto. That's such a good name.
Mi Cuarto Retro Game. The premier sponsor right here, I would say, for all the retro stuff you guys want to get. You could ask them like, hey, I want the Japanese boxed copy of Pokemon Stadium Zero. They'll get it for you. They know the Pokemon underworld, the retro underworld. They got
underworld.
It. Yeah, there's definitely a weird market there. Thank you, Mix, for the follow. Appreciate it, homie, or homegirl, or home day nowadays.
We talked about Gen 3. I want to show you guys. Wait.
Flexing?
Wrong side.
Oh, that's tight. That's such a cool
you,
tattoo.
Love Gen 3, dude.
Definitely. That's the
Gen
love
3.
for Gen 3. Beautiful stuff, bro. Chef's kiss to that tattoo. It's almost as good looking as your face. Right now, we're waiting on the opponents. It seems that Omega Fafnir has been sent to the Shadow Realm. He hasn't been showing up. So it's looking interesting, definitely. I want to ask the chat how you guys feel. Bocha says he has a Mimikyu tattoo right there. So there's lots of Pokemon tattoos right here in the chat. Good stuff. You guys can send it to the Discord. If you guys are not in the TA Wolf Discord yet, you can join here. El Robot is gonna send you the Discord on the chat. You guys can join and send your tattoos there in the Pokemon section. While we wait on this next matchup, it seems that Omega Fafnir is trying to show up right now, and I don't know, man. I'm so excited to see what's going on with the rest of this tournament. We're definitely gonna have some killer matches right here. We're waiting on the players. You guys know how it is. Lord Chango is right there behind production. We have him locked away in a room, making sure everybody shows up on time. So huge shout outs to Chango. He was the original person to make this happen. He was like, you know what, Wolf? I believe in the project. I'm gonna donate, and he showed up. Also, one of the best melee players in the world, in my opinion. He's my Jigglypuff sensei.
Oh shit! And gotta play with him. Yeah,
you guys should definitely get some sets in. And right there, Trino in the chat is saying, Amigo, you have a great talent to narrate tournaments. Is there a way I could learn such power? Yes, there is. I'm gonna open up coaching tutorial on how to commentate, how to stream, learn all the basics. So if you guys want to do some digital content, make sure to hit me up and I'll give you all the info on that. It's gonna be pretty cool. And right now we're just waiting, Tacos. What player has excited you the most tonight?
I'll be real. Widest right there at the end got my, like, initially I was like, you know, coming from as a neutral party, I am not a part of like a directly involved in the current active Pokemon community. I come here blind, essentially. Widest definitely got me at the end because I have good memories of how we play it, like, you know, playing some competitive Pokemon before, and I was trying to get a feel for the players in these matches. Jordan showing a lot of experience, but Widest at the end just really got me. He showed some really tight play, so I respect that. That shows me that you're going places, honestly. Widest, if he takes his tournament, we'll see, but he's definitely going places. He's definitely on the lookout, you know? He's going up there.
I gotta
I don't know what
say,
threats he has, but he seems good. He seems very good.
I gotta say, I kind of want to give it to Trino right there, because Trino's Regirock has just been blowing up people left and right, and you love to see it.
Trino's a beast.
Yep.
Like he's kind of, I don't want to put it that way, but like Trino was already, I didn't even consider talking about it because he was just already pronounced as being just so good. Like you're saying he's been in finals like these past couple of weeks. I'm like, it's kind of like expected from him. That's what I like to think, right? Like I was like, okay, yeah. But his Regirock is hitting like a hammer. He's such a strong core. Like good choice of Pokemon, good choice of leads. Like that is such a nice strategy he's got going on. Because even after dealing with such a peculiar situation with the mental herb on the Bronzong, just setting everything up, it's clearly as people like to taunt the lead to like not be able to set up. It's so good and strong because even though he's setting up a Trick Room for the Regirock, you still got an actual threat in Bronzong. It's not like, for example, back in the day, I would use like sometimes like Whimsicott or something like that to like just be really fast, taunt and like do stuff, you know, set stuff up. Aerodactyl, for example, was a good tool to like taunt and do stuff. That's a clear adaptation. Something like Bronzong is just such a clean threat. Even like helps you set up while being a legitimate threat. That's so strong alongside a Dynamaxing Regirock. That's insane. You know,
Yeah.
like, and it's such a good start because with the mental herb you can't get taunted, and then you have the rest of your team if they deal with both of those threats because they are legitimately threats. You actually have the rest of your team to like just do whatever you want. So
Yeah, it's
so
definitely a
strong.
two Pokemon army right there. The ancient Pokemon showing up. What's up? And it seems that Omega Fafnir hasn't shown up, so he's gonna be DQ'd. I've been informed through the 5G that's in my bloodstream right now that it's gonna be that way. So we're gonna have the next match. We're gonna have Anivik against Jordan. This is gonna be a killer match right here. Should be very, very cool because Anivik had a very unique team. Definitely gets Space David a run for his money in the winner's bracket, and I would like to see how he does against Jordan right here. Chat, who do you like better? Do you like Anivik or do you like Jordan right now? We're gonna see their teams for a little bit, analyze a little bit of how this match could go and see what's up. We see right here Anivik with that Blacephalon, very hard-hitting special attacker, very frail though. That Whimsicott to get that speed advantage, Landorus to just check things in general, Kangaskhan bringing that fake out, that Boltund in case there's Intimidate cycling around, and that Duraludon, it just says no to any sort of redirection. Its ability just allows it to ignore Follow Me, and that is such a valuable tool because that is the main strength of Jordan's team. You can see that Jordan is bringing that Clefairy plus Horse core right there to try and boost up and seal the match in a couple of turns, and it should be a fun match to watch right now.
What's that monkey with the drum? The green.
We call
Yeah,
him
the one on the
Monkey,
bottom right.
but his actual name is Rillaboom. He's a grass starter from the Series 8. He has two things that make him unique. He has the grassy terrain on site, which is a terrain that heals all of the grounded Pokemon for leftovers percentage, and it reduces the power of certain rock and ground moves and boosts up the power of certain grass moves. So definitely a strong support Pokemon because he also does get a fake out, and Monkey is definitely very, very strong. We love to see him, and I think that he might come out in this situation, but he's a little bit threatened by that Blacephalon. I feel that Blacephalon might be a really bad matchup for Jordan's team right now.
Feels like the one Pokemon to kind of just be so hard to deal with. Definitely gonna be very relevant in this match.
Yep, and because he just hits everything hard, you know, and if Whimsicott gets a Tailwind, I believe it's faster even than Regieleki, right? So the players are sending the links right now, and we're about to start. Chat, let me tell you what phase of the tournament we are in right now. This is the qualifier for the losers semifinals of this event. Should be pretty exciting to see. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's been watching the TA Wolf Tournament Series tonight. I am so excited to be here with you, Tacos, commentating the games I love, because this is a project that was born out of the passion. I just put in games that I personally enjoy and Smash Ultimate because my friends like that one.
Because I love the way you worded it. I hope you did that on purpose. I like that a lot.
It was definitely on purpose.
No shots to the Ultimate people. Regardless, that's a fun game. You know, I'm a melee player, so you won't catch me on that. But you know, you crack a couple beers, give me a controller. I'll play some Wario. See me with my Wario, dude. My Wario's cracked. But yeah, shout out to the Ultimate community. They're fine. They're great. And shout out to Wolf for running all these events. All right, we seem to have the match ready to go.
Yep.
I wonder what the leads are gonna be in this case.
We're gonna tell the players they can start. I see no reason for Anivik not to bring out that Whimsicott Blacephalon shell. I feel that it's just so strong because Blacephalon just hits area. He can just do whatever he wants. Does not even have to Dynamax. Kills all the horses. Kills Monkey. Kills Regieleki. Clefairy definitely bleeds from that one. So I want to see what Jordan brings to the mix to adapt here against this strategy from Anivik. It's definitely a rough matchup in paper for Jordan, but if we know something about Jordan is that when he's down is when he plays his best. He's been a 3-time champion of TA Wolf Pokemon Invitational, so I want to see him defend the belt.
He might, honestly, that might be a thing you could see as a player, because honestly, the times that Whitus got the better hand was when he had the lead. When Space Jordan had the lead and like put himself in a good spot, that's where he would slip up. So we'll see. That's just a little you know, thing I noticed. We'll see how he deals with the Blacephalon though. So
Yep.
It's pretty rough, honestly.
And we see no Whimsicott, which is interesting from Anivik's side. I think that both players know the risks of bringing like the telegraph lead, so they tried to adapt a little bit. And now they're in this weird situation where they just kind of have to hold this. Duraludon does max right here, though. No Sucker Punch right there from the Urshifu. Duraludon getting hit by the Max Quake. Lots of damage right here. Goes for the Max Steel Spike into the Urshifu, boosting up Kangaskhan. But Kangaskhan's Fake Out might not be doing much right now. Definitely interesting technology right here. Switches out after a Dynamax. Good safe switch right there, but goes for the Max Phantasm. What a read right there from Jordan. You can clearly see that he's accustomed to this type of gameplay. And right now, I think that Blacephalon could still switch things around. It should be faster than Spectrier, but it's gonna have to live through an Urshifu Sucker Punch if need be. So this is interesting. Kangaskhan does hit Spectrier very easily though. We're gonna have to see what happens here. Goes for the Max Strike on Kangaskhan, deletes him entirely, does not even get to move, and this is looking rough. Goes for a Heat Wave, not enough to get rid of both of these Pokemon. Does get the Beast Boost though, and revealing that Spectrier is faster than Blacephalon is huge, especially now that Regieleki's here in the back to get some speed control. Tacos, this is not looking good for Anivik. I think that he should have brought in the Whimsicott to make sure he had the speed lead.
Definitely. Probably trying to metagame the metagame. He was trying to, you know, not bring in the obvious lead, because Whimsicott, as we know, it's a very powerful lead in general. A lot of quick options, good speed sets, good, like, just overall good. Why, I don't know. For me, that was pretty clear that you have to bring it out. You know, even keep them honest, you know, not try to get too fancy, not try to do anything too extreme, and just bring out your Whimsicott and see how it goes. But Jordan definitely punishing hard and taking care of the biggest threat in that clown guy. I don't know what he's called. Blacephalon?
Yeah, Blacephalon. And you know, it's interesting because if you give Jordan an inch, he will take a mile, like no problem.
Yeah, he definitely played from the lead pretty well. Like, he saw the initial threat and forced the switch, and it all went downhill for Anivik there. We'll see how it goes though. Anivik, maybe. Now, if you're Anivik in this spot, do you bring out the Whimsicott? I think you do, but you know, you played it. Then Jordan might be ready for it. more so than he was. You know, like
I think it's hard, but you have to play to your strengths. If that's your
yeah,
win condition,
I say stick to your guns. Yeah,
you-
I say stick to your guns.
you stick to your guns. You go for the Whimsicott right there. This song is too happy. I want violence. Let me switch it up right here. Gonna hit you guys with a banger. And hope you guys enjoy Wally's team. Let me tell the players that they can start right here. This is time, chat. We're going back to the versus screen right here, and we tell the players they can start. Should be pretty interesting right here. I think that you have to play for the Whimsicott. Whimsicott is just such a strong tool if you're Anivik that there is no
And
reason
honestly,
you don't bring
he
it.
doesn't have much value in looking at the rest of Jordan's team. He doesn't have much value in regards to saving him. So that's just the best like reason to like just stick to it, you know? Because what is he gonna do other than be a lead against this team? You know what I mean? Like you see Whimsicott, you see Jordan's team, you're like, what else? What kind of other role will he get? To revenge kill something maybe? He's not. What? I don't know what moveset he's got on Whimsicott, but it definitely doesn't seem like a good idea to keep him there. At least that's what I feel, you know, from looking at these teams and just being aware of what Whimsicott can generally do.
Yeah, I feel that if Whimsicott gets the tailwind, both Duraludon and Blacephalon have a field day on Space Jordan's
For sure,
team.
100%.
So you have to play to that strength. You cannot really do anything about the tailwind if you're Jordan. So we're gonna have to wait and see what Anivik does. Brings out Bolton and Whimsicott. This is what we wanted to see. Interesting technology right there with the Bolton. Perhaps going for those physical attacks right there. Maxing Bolton. Interesting stuff. Max guard on Bolton's side and a switcheroo. Interesting right here. Does not go for the tailwind and make sure to take away that life orb. So Spectrier does not have enough damage, and now tailwind plus a hit on Spectrier should be dangerous. Tailwind activates, goes for the max darkness, but beautiful max guard on Jordan's side. The wicked blow still does a good damage on Bolton right there, and this is basically even. Pokemon can die at any moment right here, especially after revealing that max darkness. Shout outs to Mirandukes for the follow right there. Dazzling Gleam ejects the Spectrier out and makes Urshifu bleed. This is why we were saying we want to see that Whimsicott. This is such a ridiculous play right here. Regieleki tags in, Wicked Blow does not get through the max guard, and beautiful adaptation right there from Anivik.
Anivik bringing it, coming to play, saying I got some left in the tank, you know? First game was a flub, but you know, play to your strengths, doing some tricks with Whimsicott. Good tight play as well. Not going straight for the tailwind, but taking care of the threat, switching, neutering that Ghost Force, you know, like at least, you know, just it's such nice tight play, good reads. Anivik definitely positioned to have the early lead on here, but we'll see how Jordan adapts. We can never count him out. I think he's a very solid player, shown his experience. As you said, he's a 3-time champion, you know, the 3-timer, the 3-peat. But
absolutely. And Anivik is just playing so beautifully around this sucker punch. Glaster does come out though, and Glaster is a big threat.
Do you just keep spamming sucker punch? What are you trying to do as Jordan?
I think you have to pick the right Pokemon, because Anivik has just been switching out beautifully. Electrify, Rock Slide, what a mix right there. Makes Glaster an electric type. It's immune thanks to the Electrify. What a piece of technology from Anivik. Beautiful adaptation right here. And now the Landorus is gonna make sure that Jordan is in a tight spot, because Regieleki cannot do anything about this Pokemon. Goes for the Thunderbolt right there, trades, and there is just too much of a Pokemon lead right here. What a read. Wow. What a read right there. And Blacephalon comes out. Mind Blown should be getting rid of this Glastrier. I don't see how Glastrier survives a Mind Blown right here. Well, I think we're going to game 3, Tacos.
Definitely. This is definitely a game 3. But, well, Jordan tried his best. He's definitely thinking about game 3 for sure already. So it'll be interesting to see how both players lead off. I definitely know Whimsicott is probably going to be coming back as a lead as well. Not sure if the electric dog will, but the Cephalon with the focus sash is probably going to end it up right here.
That was a misplay right there. He has to land the heat wave, and he does. Anivic almost threw that one, but ties it up 1-1 with that Blacephalon, and that's where Pokemon luck comes into play. Definitely a great adaptation from Anivic, a super nail batter.
I will say this about Pokemon. I do think the reason that people like you, me, Anivic, and Jordan, everybody in chat, the reason why we're here right now is because of that RNG factor. Hear me out. I think the variance given this is the same reason why people play card games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon TCG, Yu-Gi-Oh. The fact that you can be so skillful and play so beautifully like Anivic showed this game, and have so much, how skill intensive it can be. Meanwhile, the variance within the game gives it the replayability factor and the just being kind of like it's still a game, like you can't. Obviously, it can get frustrating at times, and it can provide some feel bad to some players, and it is what it is. But that's the reason why we're all here. It gives it the replayability, the replay value.
I think I agree with you 100%, because one match is never the same when there is RNG, right? So it's definitely getting crazy right here, and let's see how Jordan can adapt to this Whimsicott Blacephalon strategy. That Electrify was so clutch. To me, that was the play of the tournament, because it definitely took a disadvantage and turned it into an advantage right there. And I know that Jordan is probably a little bit scared of that Whimsicott. It's looking rough.
He's definitely shook. He's in the tank right now, just thinking, what do I? But I'm confident. Jordan's shown he's definitely very experienced. So we'll see how both of these players end up adapting to each other. Whimsicott definitely a threat as a lead. You always stick to your guns though. Like, you have to bring him out as a lead. You can do so much with Switcheroo. There's some encore shenanigans. You can do so much. I'm looking forward to see the initial turns of this game and how that will predict the outcome of the rest of the match, because I think the first 3 turns are probably the most important of this game specifically, based off like how the first 2 played off.
And I think that both of these players are thinking it through very, very hard. They know that this is elimination stage right here. Everything is on the line. Everyone wants to be the TA Wolf Tournament Series, VGC Series 9 2021 champion. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and both of these players are fighting for it to stay alive in this bracket. And right here, I think that Anivic does have the better matchup over Jordan, but as you were saying, Jordan is a player that adapts on the fly, and he's so good at it.
He's shown. He's definitely experienced, and he's shown that you can never count him out.
Oh, and that Blacephalon lead plus Whimsicott is so scary, because I think Spectre kind of has to protect right here. Oh,
I like the fact that he brought out the monkey. I don't know what he I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what to expect from this Pokemon, but let's see. Whimsicott going straight for the Tailwind. I like that. Not going for the same Switcheroo shenanigans. Just going straight for the Tailwind. Setting up your Blacephalon to do some work. And Spectre.
They just trade Max Phantasms right there. And Spectre is in a good spot right here. Because Rillaboom puts up a lot of pressure on the Landorus. We're going to have to see if there's like a Sludge Bomb in the back or something. This is still a very even matchup, but losing the Dynamax is crucial, Tacos.
Definitely. Spectre definitely putting in work, tanking that move from Blacephalon. I wonder how much min-max damage affected that, but wow, that is interesting.
I definitely did not expect the Spectre to live that Max Phantasm.
I mean, either. I was like, wait, by 13%, I was like, damn. Did that was get min-max, or is that like crazy min-max, or is that just not?
I think that
know.
was very good min-maxing right there. Lots of bulk. The Dazzling Gleam definitely putting in work. Does reveal the Sludge Bomb, so Monkey is definitely in danger right here. No Dynamax
Danger.
on either side.
I'm in danger.
And the Dazzling Gleam is scary with Whimsicott because we saw that it one-shots Urshifu. This is still
True.
a very even match. Encore right there on the Protect. What a read. Goes for the Earth Power right here. What does Urshifu go for? Wicked Blow. It does land the hit there on Landorus, but not enough to kill. And now the Dazzling Gleam is going to put Jordan in a tough spot right here. He has to switch out the Monkey. Landorus can just protect very, very cleanly. And Whimsicott is perfectly healthy. So this means that another Tailwind could be coming, and we don't know what is the last Pokemon that either of these players have in the back. It's Clefairy. Nice protect right there. Double protect. Interesting stuff. But the Dazzling Gleam might be enough to get rid of Urshifu right here. I don't know if Clefairy is going to have it in it.
Wow. Oh, type play for Manavik. You know, I've always said type play with a Whimsicott is the scariest, like a very quick on his feet type of player. And making these split-second decisions with this erratic strategy with Whimsicott is definitely gets rewarded. He took his spot, encored the protect, forcing the switch on the Monker, and did some work. Whimsicott's already done his due, honestly, in my opinion. So the fact that Whimsicott is fully healthy is just a plus. You can keep hammering away. We see Bolton come in, and I'm curious to see how the rest of this match goes. It seems pretty even. Anime putting themselves in a pretty nice spot, but it's still anyone's game, I feel, for sure.
Absolutely. Goes for the fake out right there, not allowing Whimsicott to move. Eject button is real, though. And now there's an Electrify right there. Sing puts Bolton to sleep, and Jordan might just be back in the game right here. There is no grassy terrain, though, to get that priority hit from Rillaboom. So he's going to have to make some choices right now, and the choices are not going to be pretty. Do you sacrifice your Landorus? Do you follow me? This is all so dangerous. And right now, let's not forget that a Sludge Bomb is going to do a lot of damage either way, so Whimsicott could potentially become a sweeper here, especially now. And the Whimsicott is in such a good situation. You could even go for like a Dazzling Gleam protect here. Maybe the next couple of turns are crucial. What is Anivik going for? Protect, double protect. Dazzling Gleam goes for it. What a read from Anivik. Ridiculous stuff. And now Monkey tags in. But can Monkey take on both of these Pokemon? This is crazy. What a level of play. It all comes down to if Rillaboom can two-hit KO right here or not. Is he focusing Lando? Is he going on Whimsicott? What do you do? This is such a tough choice. This is the greatest 50-50 I have ever seen in Pokemon Tacos.
Wow. This has been a hell of a match. He goes for another protect, definitely fails it. Wow, Rillaboom takes care with a helping hand of the Whimsicott, so it's looking tight.
Faked out the fake out right there, and the Grassy Glide is gonna be enough.
Wow,
Space Jordan clutches it out. Anivik had him in a tight spot, but Jordan made the right call right there, and you can see the experience. Jordan advances into the next round of the losers semifinals. Great stuff. Amazing gameplay right here.
Who would you say is the MVP of that game? The Pokemon, like Pokemon-wise, who was the MVP for
Monkey? For sure. The Monkey just put in so much pressure right there. That Rillaboom was just so clean. The fake out threat, the Grassy Glide threat, it was just masterfully pivoted by Jordan. Brought it back. Ridiculous stuff right there, Tacos. And right now, speaking of ridiculous stuff, we're gonna have two of our favorites to win the tournament. We are gonna have Tarantrino here against Widest in the winners finals of this event. How are you feeling about that one, bro?
Ooh, Widest definitely played very hard to get there, so I'm looking forward to this match. Definitely, I feel like Widest is probably the underdog here. Tarantino, very strong. Tarantino, sorry. They have a very strong core, just a team full of threats. as we used to call it, right? Just too many threats. I'm looking forward to see how it plays out, but I don't know how both teams will interact with each other. I'm not sure of the typings on some of the Pokemon, but I mean, to be fair, he does have the Moltres. I remember correctly, that isn't the best against like his initial like lead or of the Bell Pokemon, Bronzong and Regirock. But it has its niche uses, so if played correctly, I think Whitus could definitely, do this. I think it's definitely could go to either way.
Absolutely, and I think that it all comes down to which Reggie sets up first, right? Because both of these players can kind of exert a lot of pressure on both of their Reggies. You know that Registeel beats Regirock, but both Bronzong and Marowak kind of have a field day on Registeel, so it's definitely a very even match. Both of these players are going to bring a lot of hype to the table. There's the Indeedee to put in Redirection on Trino's side. Could be very important in dealing with the Spectria right there, the Ghost Horse trying to burn things. And I don't know, man. I think that this is going to be one for the ages. Both of these players are very evenly matched. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. I know there's a little bit of a rivalry. They're both trying to prove they're the #1 in the Mexican scene right now, so it should be pretty fun. I want to ask the chat though, 1 for Trino, 2 for Whitest. I want to see a lot of spam right now because this is our winners finals. Make sure to share, everybody. Make sure to share the stream because this is definitely something that is made out of love. It's made out of amazing production, and it seems that Trino is an amazing fan favorite at the moment. Lots of ones in the chat, Tacos. I think you might be the only Whitest stan out here.
Apparently, dude, you gotta fight for the people in the back, Whitest, it is what it is. Trino definitely looking like the favorite, so Whitest got a hill to climb. I don't know. At least from what I've heard, I'm definitely not knowledgeable of the scene or how these players have been. These teams seem to promise a very nice, close match. So I think type play and sequencing will be very important and the key to success from either side here. Yeah, definitely a battle of inches for sure.
Absolutely, and there is so much support for Trino in the chat. Everybody loves this man, and
Everybody
you know what?
Trino.
It's hard not to love Trino, because he is such a friendly guy. He does so much for the community, always out there supporting the new players, making art, doing interesting streams. So he's definitely a man of the people. But Whitest is a man of the W. He just goes to tournaments, wins, disappears, and he just shows up to the next tournament. He's like a real-life Ryu, if you guys get the reference. Yeah. If there is a fight, Whitest is there. So this is definitely a worthy winners final right here. I am excited to see this set. Both of these players are thinking it through. They don't want to make any mistakes right here, and I think the teams are really evenly matched. Anything could happen.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be insane.
Damn,
I'm looking forward to this match personally. I think, again, nothing against the players. Trino's a great guy, awesome what he does for the community, and Whitest, again, also, to each their own what they do, but I'm just here for the type play. I want to see some good matches here. Gotta support, right, the competitors. We'll see how it all goes down. Whoever wins here is definitely gonna have a nice tight spot in grand finals from winner's side.
Definitely a comfortable spot.
2 sets.
And this is such a good lead from Trino right here because he has the Indeedee to redirect anything that a Spectre might be throwing at it. Goes for the Max Hailstorm, does a lot of damage, but now Whitest is in a good position right here. This should be an interesting turn 2 because Burn is still a possibility right now, and Regirock does lose a lot of offensive power right here. Indeedee cannot follow me anymore, so that is not the thing you like to see the most if you're Tarantrino. Very even turn of events right here. It really comes down to whether this burn hits or not, because if the burn doesn't land on Tarantrino, this is gonna be very, very rough for Whitest. I do not see how you recover from this one if you do not burn the Regirock. You have to get through this.
You have to burn him. It's just too much of a threat, honestly. It's too much of a threat. At least neutering the threat a little bit gives you the space to work with. That's definitely the winning line for sure. So Absolutely. We'll see how it plays out.
And Gold does get the burn here, but Spectre dies. Moltres definitely is not going to enjoy some rocks to the face. And the Indeedee is still there, exerting the pressure with Expanding Force, chipping out little by little. Let's see what Trino goes for. I know that the Registeel is going to try to be boosted up. Let's see if there's an Alolan Marowak back there. That could be the only equalizer. But even though Whitest lost a Pokemon right here, he has definitely been very good about showing up to pressure right here. Let's see what happens. Goes for the Dynamax there with Moltres. Max Airstream on Indeedee. Does not kill it. Very bulky Indeedee right here. Iron Defense gets put up. Expanding Force still chipping out that Registeel. Max Rockfall on the Moltres. Is there a weakness policy? We'll have to wait and see. There is. And now both Moltres and Registeel are boosted up. And this is looking rough, you know. Indeedee is going to have to follow me for its life right here. Or perhaps Trino's going to have to go for a lot of flinches. But Whitest has been positioning himself defensively very, very well, Tacos.
Definitely. He's doing the best with what he's got, honestly. And I don't, even though he's down to, he's down on Pokemon, it feels like, yeah, Dynamaxing out the Moltres, this looks pretty good. Like, we'll see. Regirock is neutered already with the burn. Max Airstream, not going to do too much to the Bronzong, but definitely doesn't look too poorly either. That's the Rock Slide not doing too much. You know, Moltres still living, still with his boosts. Registeel setting up on the back. It's two threats versus two threats. This is what I talked about earlier with the Moltres being not too bad against the Bronzong, right? It's doing the work. You know, like if you can set it up correctly and have the spot to do so, you know, even though he's not that good versus Regirock per se, but we have Regirock burned already. We saw how the Rock Slide didn't really do much. Like, Max Darkness gonna take out the rest of. He's gonna sack the Indeedee here. Body press from the Registeel, cleanly taking out Regirock, dealing with one of his strongest threats. You remember when I said, oh, once you deal with Regirock or Bronzong, he still got the rest of his team? He still got the rest of his team. We'll see what Trino does here. This is looking like a really tight match up to now, because it's definitely not out yet. Trino can definitely bring this back, even though it's looking pretty rough with all this setup, but it is doable.
Moltres
never mind.
Too boosted right there. Whitest putting in a convincing 1-0 there. It looked tight at the beginning, but Whitest just played to his strengths, neutralized the threat that is Regirock, something that nobody had done until this match. And now Whitest is in a good spot here against Trino. Let's see what sort of adaptation both of these players bring to the table. Let's check out the trainers' teams right here. I think that an Indeedee Bronzong lead would not be bad at all, because you have to guarantee that Trick Room in order for Regirock to get going. You know what I mean?
For sure, 100%. And honestly, as I said earlier, I knew that the Moltres was going to play a big role in dealing with the core strategy of Trino's team, as we saw there. Set it up alongside his Registeel, his other biggest threat, honestly, because it cleanly deals with Regirock, as we saw. Clearly the burn early on helped to put himself in that position. So I feel like Whitest played that very, very well and was rewarded for it. It's all about how Trino can adapt to the situation, and maybe changing up that lead, as you said, to make sure you get that Trick Room is what you needed. Because honestly, Regirock is slow to set up, and yeah, but we'll see the versatility of his team soon enough. I'm sure the Zapdos can come in and do some work. I'm sure that you can find a spot here or there to play things a little bit better. So I will say tight play from Whitest brings that first game to a close, but this next game is probably going to be a good one. Is this a 3 out of 5?
It's a 2 out of 3 all the way because 3 out of 5s in Pokemon just take forever.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, we're just going
thought about it for 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, imagine 3 out of 5 grand finals reset.
Oh, no.
We're not doing that. We're doing 2 out of 3 all the way,
10.
everybody. And
Game
right,
15.
you could get like 9 games in that set. And you know what? This is ridiculous right here because I know Trino's giving it a hard thought on what the lead should be. And Whitus is trying to anticipate what Trino's going to do because when you have the lead, you can kind of play a different way. And as the chat is saying, Moltres is busted, but Trino doubles down. And this double down might be what he needed because Regirock is getting a kill here. Let's see if he goes for the Spectrier. I think you need to focus on Spectrier right now. If indeed he's going to get you that redirection, you can kind of ignore Moltres if you're Trino.
Definitely. It feels a little bit like I'm not too sure what to think about bringing out the Moltres right now. As I said, I don't think he's that easy to like just bring out and do damage with, even though he's very good Pokemon. I don't know how the new forms and what the new strategies are, right? That I could be wrong here, but I feel like saving the Moltres for later, considering how valuable it was probably the better play there. We see the Indeedee getting taken out from the Sash because of the Sandstorm. We'll see how this plays out. Definitely should focus on the Spectrier though.
Oh, and what a read there from Whitus. Just ignores Regirock completely. Trino was a little bit too passive, telegraphed his move a little bit, and this is looking rough because Regirock could do it, but here's the thing. He needs the Will-O-Wisp to miss, and it does not. Oh, this is such a bad situation. Even through the Protect, that's going to be a lot of damage. There is no speed control on Trino's side. Could not get his Trick Room up, and even though Regirock is a threat, we're going to have to see how much of a threat he is because Registeel is still in the back, and Landorus is going to come in and intimidate the Marowak to make sure to mitigate that damage. This might be Trino's ticket to the losers bracket.
It might. It's looking like it. White is really showing that he's got what it takes to just take this and just go like so ham. Like I haven't seen Trino be like, I don't know, just outplayed like over and over in consequent turns like this. But
oh, and the flinches too, flexing a little bit on Trino, and Whitus just positioning himself. Trino forfeits, knows it's a lost cause, and Whitus advances to the grand finals on the winner's side. What a match. What do you think, Tacos?
Yeah. Save your mental, go for the next, you know. Pokemon being a very mentally draining game, more so than others. For example, Marvel and Melee, the games that we play a lot, those obviously very taxing on the mental as well, but we're not taking these 2-3 minute turns of straight up using your brain power. So I respect it. Give the early concession because honestly the Moltres was already set up +2, I think, and he already had too much value, and White is playing it beautifully, showing that maybe he is on the come up, maybe he is trying to be the better one, right, the best. Obviously, Trino, man of the people. So we'll see. We'll definitely. I'll put my money on it. You probably can see Trino in grands. I'm not counting anybody out. There's a chance that people could fight it out, but I'll put my money on Trino bringing the run back. We'll see if he has what it takes to adapt to what happened in his earlier set and make the right changes to take the game.
Absolutely.
Or at least force a reset, right?
Another thing that's important is that for the people in the chat that I know they were cheering on Trino, don't forget, every anime hero has to get slapped once or twice to get that power-up, Saiyans get stronger by losing. Is Trino a Saiyan or is he a Saibai man? We'll have to wait and see for the rest of the tournament, but don't lose your hope out there, Trino fans. Right now, though, we're forgetting a little bit about Trino and Whitus because we're going to have to see a Space. Team Space is not a villainous team. It's a sponsor for the Pokemon community, and two of their sponsored players, Jordan and David, are going to be fighting it out
team
in this
kill.
loser semifinals to see who earns the benefit of fighting against Trino himself. This is gonna be absolutely crazy. I think that Jordan, his team kind of threatens David's a little bit, but Space David's team is very, very flexible, you know, so it can kind of adapt to any sort of game plan that Lapras gives you the extra bulk you need, and it should be interesting to see here, Tacos. What are you expecting from these two?
Well, honestly, you hate to see it. Space team kill. These players, not sure how often they play. Of course, you can be sponsored by the same people, be on the same team, and not play too often. This happens. But clearly, I assume that the community is very close, so they kind of know what each other go for. Not necessarily even being on the same team, but they kind of have a feeling of how each other, like how they play. We saw earlier how, I don't remember which player, but they were very aggressive and got punished for it. So we can see how these players adapt to that type of stuff. We see Whitus in the chat, must be super happy because of that that nice dub. That was a very tight play. Good, congrats to you. And Grand sitting pretty. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like them being on the same team, probably playing together and testing stuff out. It's gonna be a different environment, and I don't know, may the best player win. I feel like it's gonna be a nice match for sure.
It's gonna be a crazy match right here. Gonna be so cool to see between both of these players, and they're just getting into contact with each other, but we have already made contact with them in the tournament, so let's peep the teams that they're bringing to the table.
Sure.
I think that Space David has all the right tools to pressure Jordan because of that Metagross and that Incineroar. They kind of check both of the horses, and Urshifu should be pretty interesting. But the thing is,
who would you lead with here? If you were David, who would you lead with?
I think that if you want to kind of just make sure that you're doing a lot of damage early on and there's nothing your opponent can do about it, I see no reason not to go for Tornado's Metagross and just get the Tailwind up and start exerting that pressure with Metagross, you know, because he's going to get those kills. He's going to get kills on any Pokemon that's in front of it. And even the Clefairy Redirection is not going to be doing much if you're...
For sure.
If you're against Metagross right there. But Jordan could have a couple of plays in the back. We know that he's maxed the Urshifu, and the max Urshifu does pose a threat to Metagross. He does have the speed control right there with the Regieleki, so it's going to be very, very interesting, to say the least.
To be fair, that speed control with Regieleki is so strong, honestly. I feel like that is definitely a staple for it going forward. I feel like that should be more widely used, and it is so nice. It invalidates, I mean, doesn't completely invalidate, but it definitely, it's a soft punish for people that try to max out the certain revenge killers and like go for like high speeds in general. Because what's it worth if you're gonna lose the speed tie, or just gonna like lose in general because your speed is lower, right? Like, having that is so strong, honestly. Having that like speed control with that Regieleki, it's so strong. I feel like it's so strong in theory.
It all comes down really to what speed control both of them bring to the table, you know, because Tornadoes does get that Prankster Tailwind, so he's gonna be fast, very, very fast, but can he get rid of Regieleki before Regieleki starts Electrowebbing, you know? That's the thing. Regieleki could also try and just get rid of the Tornadoes turn one. There's a lot of mind games to be done right here, and you have to be very smart about it. There's another thing that David has on his team, that brutal swing with the Tornadoes is so scary because he can self-activate the weakness policy on Metagross and still hits the Spectrier, which is like the prime defensive option on Jordan's team against Metagross, and it hits it for a chunk of damage. So there's a lot of mind games in the mix. Shout outs to Dylan Meat World. Yo, what up? What you doing? We're right here at the TA Wolf Tournament Series. For anyone that's wondering, this is the losers semifinals of the event. It seems that both of these players have already connected, so we're gonna go straight into the match. Tacos, how are you feeling? Who do you think is the favorite for this one?
Well, honestly, Jordan seems to be very experienced. David as well. it's hard to say. I don't know specifically how this matchup plays out. I feel like one of them has the advantage, matchup-wise, probably, because based on the typings that I do know. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm definitely not too sure about it. I can't really say it. But the red dragon thing, Dragovich, I think, Dragovich, can be like pretty good. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to expect. Green Monkey is also there to play, so I'm just looking forward to see what they got.
Yeah, they definitely are bringing an interesting mixture of Pokemon. Not a single Pokemon repeated on either team. You love to see the creativity.
Yes.
Have you battled Wolf BGC? I'm trying to. I don't know who Wolf BGC is. If you're talking about like Wolfie, I have not battled him, but I would love to. And we're starting here with this losers semifinals. We have already told the players that they can start, and it all comes down to the lead. Honestly, I see no counters to the Tornadus Metagross shell, but then Jordan just manages to bring it back time and time again, and does not go for Tornadus Metagross, goes for Lapras Dracovish.
Interesting. I like this lead, honestly. Looking at his team, I like this lead for sure.
Absolutely.
We'll see their opening moves. You've seen this classic Spectre Clefairy core do a lot of work. So, and also that Lapras Dynamaxing earlier. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, and
Spectre
you see the nasty plot right there?
Up.
That was such
Straight
a
up.
flex.
That it was a straight up flex, honestly. That unnecessary, but it might pay off, honestly.
It's gonna pay off because there's no speed control right now, and Jordan is in a prime position to just start deleting things with Spectre. Gonna go for the max strike. Incineroar's gone, and just like that, the game might be over. How do you stop Spectre at a +2 speed? Is there a Tornadus in the back? That's the only way I see this happening. This is such a rough spot right now. What
That's
a
so
play.
bold.
And it is Tornadus. It is Tornadus, so we're gonna see a tailwind. Right now, though, the Dracovish has to pray for the crit against Spectrier, or perhaps even read a Protect and go through the Regieleki. There's so many possibilities here. It's very, very even still. Goes for the T-Bolt. Dracovish is done for. Max Strike again, and I don't see how David brings this one back. Jordan, with that flex, is just cleaning up game one. Oh my god.
This is it's a rough spot, honestly. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it's over, but
No, this is over. This is over. You cannot recover from this. You cannot recover from this.
No puedo tapar eso con la mano. No, I can't.
No,
It's kind of we're going on to game 2 for sure. But ooh, Lapras Dynamaxing. We'll see.
Wait, the Gmax Resonance could be it, but I don't know if you live this. Oh, Lapras does live and does move first. Maybe Lapras could clean, but it's just so hard fighting against two Pokemon. You have to pray that you do not die to this crit that's guaranteed from Urshifu. And I don't know. It's just looking rough. You have to get rid of Spectrier and just pray. Max Geyser and the Spectrier. Can David bring it back? The Life Orb doing too much and the Wicked Blow is enough. Jordan just played it beautifully, and that was the quickest game we've had in the entire tournament right now, Tacos.
What a game, honestly. Let's say we'll see what happens in game 2. Do you think he's gonna go for that again? Is the question. That's the real question.
If it works, keep doing it.
I don't know, that nasty plot turn 1, that was definitely a pretty ballsy play. So I don't know what to think. I don't know if he definitely got rewarded for it with essentially the whole game. So we'll see. That was definitely very threatening, and he didn't seem like David could really do anything about it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This was definitely a crazy turn of events right here. And Jordan just positioned himself so well, but we did not see the Metagross. We were talking so much about Metagross in this matchup, and it just didn't come into play. Maybe David is going to bring it back this game. We see the Lapras and Tornadus this time, so we are going to see those tailwinds out there. There is no redirection right here for Spectre, so this is an entirely different look. Jordan decided not to go for the flex right there. Maybe tried to call a hard read on the Metagross, but David, you know, he saw another option. Life is not black or white. Sometimes there's gray.
Definitely, it's not. There's no definites, right? It's not this or that. There's always a happy medium for a lot of things. So we see. Well, this first turn is definitely pretty interesting, and how it played out afterwards. We see the speed control down, like it's so rough, honestly. I don't know. Every time they just go down on speed like that, and it's so rough. You feel like you're stuck in mud, and you have to play around that so carefully. So,
yeah, but even then,
with the max strike,
the tailwind is pretty good right here. Lapras is gonna get a move. Max Geyser on Spectre doesn't kill. This is crucial, but what is in the back? It all comes down to if there's a Metagross right there in the back, because a Rock Slide could make this a clean slate for David. This is still not over. Let's see what happens here. It all comes down to what's in the back. Zapdos and Metagross could be game changers, but if they're not there, if it's Dracovish, oh, you're not gonna have that great of a time because of the speed control and Spectre. You're gonna have to get rid of one, but you're still gonna be taking a lot of damage right here. But Dracovish on Tailwind and Rain is gonna kill anything it touches, Tacos.
Definitely.
Oh my god, this is such a tense situation right here. Jordan is definitely gonna try to sneak in a max strike over there, but I don't think that Dracovish is gonna let it. And Lapras is just content with doing damage. That Fish's Rand was nice enough. Wicked Blow though, chipping a little bit. Max Geyser once again. And now David has a very important advantage over Jordan. And let's not forget that there's one turn of Tailwind, so there's gonna be at least one kill here, and Regieleki with Electro Web could still be a huge threat. But the Follow Me from Clefairy, oh, it's gonna get so dangerous. Incineroar tags in. What a read right there. Goes for the Follow Me. Fish's Rent. Clefairy's gone. T-Bolt does not go for Electro Web right there, and the fake out pressure from Incineroar should be enough to seal the deal right here, Tacos. This is a 1-1 scenario.
Wow, well played. Honestly, well played. Alright, well, honestly, as we've seen before, once it's 2v1, you can't really do much. This isn't that kind of game where you can just kind of, 1v2 someone. Like, it is what it is. Well, we're going on to a game 3. Wow, interesting. As I said, both players kind of know how each other play, the kind of reads they go for, what they want to set up. So you can kind of, that's how you see these insane reads happening like that, because they're just kind of used to it. You can tell based off their play. So we'll see how it plays out in game 3.
Absolutely.
It seems I want to see some Zapdos action. I haven't seen him once. I want to see what he's got on that Zapdos. I want to see him use it. I get it. I don't think Zapdos does much to this team, but based on his moveset, he may possibly get some stuff done. Yeah, I want to see some more Metagross and Zapdos doing work.
And we finally see the Tornadus Metagross lead, and this is such a nice situation right now, because Spectre is gonna have to kind of go for the burn right here, but even then, due to the weakness policy, Metagross is still gonna be doing more than enough damage. Has to max right there. Metagross protects, very interesting right there, goes for the taunt. Interesting play right there. Max Phantasm gonna crit through the protect, does way more damage than expected to Metagross. And right now, here is the thing, you have to Tailwind, you have to go for the hit right here on Clefairy. You do not Dynamax the Metagross here anyway, because he's already too chipped out. I think that you just go for the kill right here. Try to get the Spectre maybe. If Clefairy redirects, is fine. You got rid of Clefairy, but she cannot because she's taunted. This is a good spot right now for David if he can get the kill in Spectre right here. It all comes down to whether he chooses to Dynamax or not.
Do you think without Dynamaxing it would kill anyway? Spectre is bulky, but we'll see. Oh.
We're gonna have to see. The Tailwind is still active. Metagross definitely very, very fast. And now Tornadus just gets to swing right here. An Air Slash is going to be more than enough to get rid of Regieleki right here unless it misses. And you kind of have to chip out that Spectre, save your Dynamax for something in the back. And since Clefairy is one of Jordan's last Pokemon, you don't really have to worry much about Clefairy. You can just kind of ignore her because all of the Pokemon on David's side just hit really, really hard. So it all comes down to this turn, in my opinion, Tokos.
Yeah, this turn is going to say a lot. It's going to set the tone for a lot of this match. I don't think there's enough wiggle room for you to really do much based off of this. Like, your Metagross and Tornadus, super weak at the moment. Spectre, you know, you got to deal with it now. If not, it's going to... It's just so tense. It's just so tense. What do the people in the chat say, dude? Like, who do you want to win right now? Jordan and David? Any fans for that? Like, what's up? What's up? Is there any fan favorites here for any of these players? Like, damn.
Oh, we have to see.
You can see that they're just used to how they play. Just getting into the situation in general, like, so tight, like.
And you really appreciate the time they take to make these decisions because they both know that this turn decides the entire match.
Pretty much, yeah.
So they're taking their sweet time for this one. They don't want to overcommit right here. And it's just beautiful to see how both of these players are bringing their A game. It really all comes down to, Regieleki's faster right here, goes for a Rock Slide, tries to flinch Spectre, but it is not enough, and did not count on Regieleki being that fast. Now, This is a rough situation, but Tailwind is still in the mix. It all really comes down to what the Pokemon in the back are. If there's like an Incineroar and Dracovish out there, it's still doable. But if Incineroar is not there to support with the fake out, things are gonna get scary. Monkey, right. Dracovish, Incineroar. This is fake out wars. This is fake out wars.
Oh no.
Who's gonna be faster?
Setting up that Grass Rain might be relevant to see.
Dynamax is Incineroar. What a read right there. What? Goes for the Max Flare on Monkey, not on Spectre. Spectre goes for the Hyper Beam, not enough to kill. Oh my god, Jordan may have through there. Did not have an Earth Power move right there. Clefairy is going to redirect for one turn, but is it enough to weather the storm here against Dracovish and Incineroar at the same time? How do you deal with this? Is he banking on the Tailwind running out right here? Oh, this is so incredible. I think it's still doable for Jordan, but David has just been in a beautiful position right now.
I'm calling it quits. I think Jordan threw Hyper Beaming like that out of nowhere. Oh no. Like, I mean, I respect it, but that was a really good play by David, and just going for the Max Flare like that on the earlier Pokemon, I forgot what it was called. That was so good. That was actually just so good. So, I'm convinced. Mudshot. I'm pretty convinced that this is gonna go to David anyway, because the Mudshot did not take the Incineroar there.
Yep, and this is over right now. What a way of adapting. David runs it back to 1 on Jordan, advances into the losers finals to face off against Tarantrino. Wow. What a match. Thank you for the follow right there, Fleetle Deedle. Thank you, Topete, for the subscription as well. Thank you so much, Isdus. Thanks, everybody, for supporting the stream. I love you guys. If you guys want to show your love, make sure to share the stream. Make sure to follow the channel if you like the content. Make sure to donate if you want to support more directly, or subscribe if you want to get some of the best emotes in all of Twitch. Look, I'm not gonna flex, but I think that the Chancla is one of the top emotes on Twitch. If you guys do not have the Chancla, you're missing out. It's literally useful in a myriad of situations right now. And speaking of situations, we have a very, very scary one right here. A salty runback in the losers finals between Trino and David.
Wow. What a stacked top 3. Oh my god. This is rough. It's rough out here.
It's gonna be crazy. It's crazy in the streets, Tacos. We're waiting for both of the players to, do the thing right here. Jordan with a respectable 4th place. Shout outs to Jordan. this is the first time he hasn't won a TA Wolf Invitational. So shout outs to all of the other players for stepping it up right here. And you just love seeing this, you know? Great play right here.
Keeping it competitive, you love to see it, you know? Obviously not saying that, you know, winning tournaments over and over is a bad thing for anyone, because it gives a challenge to the community. Obviously it's good for whoever wins, but you definitely love to see the community stepping it up little by little, showing that they have what it takes to take the dub, you know? So much love to everybody in the chat supporting the stream. Much love to TA Wolf, the homie, the legend, is actually running this beautiful event for so many different games. And yeah, we're cutting to the losers finals soon, so that's gonna be tight. Losers into grands, I believe. So we're entering the final phase of the event itself. Hopefully we can see some sick matches. I know Tarantrinos, we got some fans, so we'll see how that plays out, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna have to see all the Trino fans right here in the chat. Everybody, please show up. If you're a Trino fan, make sure to show the love. Tell him you love him, because he's gonna need your power. And also, speaking of people I love, Tacos, I love you so much. You're one of the best commentators, best homies I know in the world. Everybody make sure to follow Tacos on Twitter, at literally Tacos. You can see it right there under his name. You guys can follow him. Great Smash player, Melee player, lots of content. I see he's playing the Naruto Clash of the Ninja game, so it's pretty fun, and make sure to give him a follow. Thank you so much for stepping up.
I'll be streaming some. I start my new job tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's my first day.
Nice.
So, contrary to popular belief, I'll probably be streaming more now, because I'm gonna have a routine. I still have 3 days off, so if anybody's interested in watching me fight it out with the goons in Naruto and Melee, I play Valorant as well, shooters. I play Mario Party with the boys. Wolf, this is my invitation to you. If you ever want to get down and dirty, Mario Party, you know,
I'm
down.
Make it
work.
I'm down to play the game that ends friendships. And speaking of friendships, there is none right here. We're gonna see Tarantrino against Space David. These two did face in the winners bracket. Trino clean swept with the Regirock. There seemed to be no answer, but we know that David is a creative player, so he's probably gonna run it back with maybe that Lapras or that Dracovish. We're gonna have to wait and see what the mix is right here. Should be pretty fun, pretty interesting. Mix. Let us get into this match, Tacos.
Yes, sir. We'll see. Well, I'm interested to see how they lead off in comparison to the last games. Are they going to take it, you know, safe and do what they did earlier, try to go with their own flowchart and set play, or are they going to try something new, face off to try to get an early advantage, as we saw earlier with the Ghost Horse just setting up that nasty plot early first turn? Maybe we could see a play like that. But as we've seen before, Tarantrino's signature Regirock and Bronzong just always coming out strong and early. So we'll see how that actually ends up going. I'm interested to see how both of these lead.
Definitely.
And Tarantrino's gonna try some risky stuff and mix it up a little bit. Hit him with mix.
I think there's no need to risk it, honestly, because Bronzong's Trick Room is pretty much guaranteed out in the streets, and there is not much you can do about it. Regirock is pretty safe. He only really has to worry about like a Will-O-Wisp from that Incineroar, but Incineroar has to be scared, because if the Trick Room comes out, Iron Defense starts to be a threat, and I think on paper this matchup is horrible for David.
Really?
Let's see what happens here. They're starting. Lapras and Dracovish lead. Bronzong and Regirock. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Tacos. And we're probably going to see that Dynamax Trick Room combo that's been so good on Trino's side.
Question is, are we going to see it sweep it up like last time? Or are we going to see some strict counterplay? I remember really just... I think what David should be thinking about is targeted hate towards these individual threats. Just kill off Regirock, kill off the Bronzong. Let's just make it happen. Right there, he targeted the Bronzong. I like that. Just make it early, quick and early. Just take him out.
Absolutely.
as more turns as they just are on the field, they're just gonna do more damage. There's just so much value that they give off individually. Now we get to see the rest of Tarantrino's team. Zapdos coming out. We'll see how like what kind of moveset he has. I still don't know what the Zapdos does, so
we're gonna find out right now. Fish's Ren does over half health right here. T-Bolt does get rid of the Dracovish. Max Geyser deletes the Regirock, and they're just trading blow for blow. But you know what? 2 Pokemon for 1 and Lapras still healthy is never a bad move for David. And you can tell that clearly the double water type lead right there paid off. Marowak Alola is coming in, does threaten the Metagross a good bit, and it really comes down to, can Zapdos kill this Lapras right here?
Really, honestly, that was specifically what David had to show in order to force Tarantrino to adapt. Honestly, because we all know next game that Bronzong and Regirock lead, you know, it did not cut it out here, you know. So I don't know if he's just gonna stick with it, do some more type play, or gonna get creative and do something. But it definitely didn't work out as beautifully this time. Both threats individually knocked out. As I said, that should have been the priority. And we see an early concession. David taking game 1. That was all it. He put all his marbles on Regirock and Bronzong. Once they went down, Lapras still Dynamaxed out and healthy. It's over. What can you do? You know, like you got the rest of your team, but it can't deal. You know,
Trino's gonna have to adapt to this one, Tacos, and I think he can adapt. The Indeedee definitely guarantees that Trick Room, and all you need is Regirock healthy, honestly. So we're gonna have to wait and see what both of these players can do right now. But David definitely bringing that double water type, showing that he's ready for Regirock this time. It will not catch him by surprise. And the Trino Nation is in shambles. Mitch is crying out there in the chat. She's like, ah, but don't discount Trino. You know, he's got a very flexible, solid team, and if David decides to double down on the Fish and Lapras strategy, it could mean trouble, because now we see the adaptation on Trino's side.
Yup. We'll see how it goes. Starting out on the Dracovish and Lapras, Bronzong bringing with the Indeedee. They're thinking about what to do. Straight off the bat, this is gonna set the tone for the rest of the game. Clearly, as we have Trick Room stuff, and like, you know, this first turn is gonna say a lot right here for the rest of this match.
I think Trick Room is pretty much guaranteed at this point. Bronzong is gonna walk out of this one unscathed. The Trick Room does come out. Follow Me, Fish's Rend. He gets another Follow Me right here, which is key. Psychic Terrain says no fake out right here for Incineroar. So the body presses are going to start coming out, and the Iron Defense from Bronzong is really good. This game seems like is very heavily in Trino's favor right now, and we see the fake out right there, but the Psychic Terrain just kind of preventing Indeedee from taking much damage. An Iron Defense is still gonna pull through right here, but I think David is kind of just stalling out this Trick Room. Wants nothing to do with it. Might Dynamax here with Metagross, but I'm telling you, Bronzong is a big threat. It's just going for the stall right here. Iron Defense, looking nice, burning the Indeedee, trying to stall out the Trick Room, but now Bronzong is a sweeper. One body press and Incineroar is gone. You should consider getting it out of there.
Definitely. I like the choice of Will-O-Wisp, though. Leaving the Indeedee just to, you know, not get a free switch, to not give a free switch to Tarantrino, and switching out to Dracovish. I like that, as we kind of expected. The Indeedee would keep doing the Follow Me, but that'll be it for Indeedee. We'll see what his switch is in.
There is one more turn.
Dracovish, Regirock, Bronzong. You already know.
And you know this Regirock is very, very scary. Trick Room still in the mix. The body press can get rid of Dracovish very, very easily. And there is still a very healthy Bronzong out here in the streets. So anything could happen. We could see like a bulldoze and activate the Regirock speed. It all really comes down to how both of these players play it out, but Bronzong is just set up in a masterful way. I see no way that David is preventing Trick Room once again, perhaps getting a crit here with Dracovish, but you cannot really intimidate these Pokemon. Trino's in a good spot. Honestly, the Indeedee adaptation was very, very nice. Going out here for the Dynamax, both of these players. Body Press gets rid of Dracovish. Max Knuckles starts to boost its attack. +1 right here. Beautiful stuff. Max Steel Spike gonna activate a weakness policy, so Regirock is +3 right here. Lapras is not gonna be able to one-hit KO right now, and I think that this is a beautiful situation.
I think that's game. I don't want to call it yet, but I think that's game. I think we're going to game 3 here.
It all really comes down to Metagross. You can fake out Bronzong here, but Incineroar is dead. There is no way Incineroar lives a +3 rock move.
No way. And you still have so much to work with, man. Like, oh my.
Had to pray for a crit right there. Maybe the defense boost is gonna be enough. It is not. Regirock is too boosted up, and now Bronzong just gets another free Trick Room right here. You could even go max guard and start chucking out the drain punches right here. I think the optimal move for Trino would be to do a Trick Room in max guard, and there's nothing that David can really do about it. Does go for it. Max Steel Spike, beautiful stuff, but it's just not gonna be enough. Hydro Pump is still not enough. Guaranteed Trick Room right here, and you know the drain punches are coming out with Regirock, and that is so scary because he's gonna heal up so much damage, and Bronzong gets to body press freely one more time. Tacos, what an adaptation here from Trino.
Beautiful sequencing, honestly, just being set up perfectly in this spot to be +3. Getting the, if you connect one drain punch, you're just so in the game. Nice protect from Lapras. Ooh, and an Iron Head to take out Regirock, showing some signs of life. We'll see what actually happens. That's how you start. That's how you bring it back.
Put all the chickens in one basket there, Trino.
Playing it beautifully.
He focused Lapras way too hard. He should have went in on the Metagross. Knows it doesn't have protect right there. Marowak is gonna pray for a crit right here. Lapras does die though, and Flare Blitz still does a considerable amount. Even here, it seems that the Stomping Tantrum is gonna be enough. It all comes down to Body Press doing enough damage. This is so scary. Protect right there, stall out the Trick Room. Oh my god, it all comes down to this. Is it enough to do 19 damage? Oh my god,
we're all on the edge of our seats.
It does it! Oh my god, Trino ties it up 1-1. What a match, Tacos. Oh my god, this is going down to the wire, worthy of a loser's final set right here. My heart is beating.
What a great set. All right, it's not over yet, right? We're on to game 3. That's it. On to, wait, what was that? I lost count. My bad.
Yeah, game 3.
Right, because Trino was lost the first one. So interesting. Wow, what a set. Honestly, what a set. We were both on the edge of our seats. Honestly, that was so close at the end. Like, what's gonna happen? I thought he was. I counted him out early. I was like, so much advantage, but he dealt with the Regirock. He paved the way, but it was just just slightly. Like, Trino hanging on by the skin of his teeth to fucking actually, you know, staying alive in tournament. That was a close set. We're on to game 3. We'll see how this goes. I wonder if Trino's gonna keep him honest and stay with the Bronzong and Regirock lead. But again, we've seen David go with the double water types and kind of wall that strategy out. So I would like to, I'm curious as to the mind games that go on to the lead choices here.
Absolutely, man. And I think that there's no reason not to double down on the Indeedee Bronzong lead. It just paid off beautifully. We see Incineroar right here. We see Bronzong, and I think that David is gonna try to focus the Bronzong as hard as possible right here, maybe with a fake out, but still might not be enough to get the kill right here. Indeedy gonna make sure that Bronzong is at least guaranteed to set up the trick room right now. And this is what Trino wants. Once he gets going with that trick room, there's no stopping this man, you know? We can even call him Taran Trick Room the way he's been playing out here.
Honestly, yeah, it's confirmed. Like, there's no way to stop him. It's always guaranteed. I like this setup. It's very consistent.
Yep, the only way this could go wrong right now is a crit being hit on Bronzong right there, and that would be absolutely tragic if you ask me. Here's the thing, though. I think that betting it all on a crit is not the best game plan right now. Maybe David is going to pivot around knowing that Regirock is coming in, and he does the double switch right here, goes for the trick room, and sets up that Metagross. But now, once again, this means Iron Defense is coming up, and we know how scary of a sweeper Bronzong is without even having to Dynamax, and these Iron Defenses are gonna be absolutely key in bringing this one back, because even if he decides to Dynamax here, Indeedy still has one Follow Me. I think the double switch might have been a little bit precipitated. Double protect.
We'll see. I would like to see some hydro pumps from Lapras onto the Bronzong. Early on, like right here, obviously the Indeedy was going to keep following me there, so I respect it, but I would like to see some pressure either way, even just attempt it, because even if you get the Indeedy here, like, it is what it is. I would like to just see some kind of pressure being exerted towards the Lapras here. I mean, towards the Bronzong as Lapras, because
Bronzong just keeps on flexing, and this is scary. Regirock comes in. You know that fake out is a thing right here, but Regirock is just gonna set up that Sandstorm, hit either of these Pokemon for a lot of damage, and Bronzong with the body press is no joke. We see the Max here going for the rock once again into the Incineroar. Incineroar is gone, and this is a great call out from Trino. One more turn of Trick Room, but can he weather the storm? Bronzong is set up so hard. I don't see how you bring this one back, because you could even chuck out a Bulldoze for good measure to boost up the Regirock. This is a rough situation for David.
Wow, Trino playing it beautifully here, honestly. Setting up in their face and just kind of an embarrassment of riches here, honestly. I would have liked to seen some different plays to actually pressure the Bronzong earlier.
Ooh, calls out the Lapras.
Wow, tight play. Along with the setup, it's just wow.
Last one is Dracovish,
yep.
but Bronzong is just so boosted that he could even go for another Trick Room, and Dynamax is not going to be mattering that much. You kind of have to bet the whole farm right here if you are David. Yeah, on Bronzong, but it is not enough. Goes for the Max Hailstorm. Trick Room once again, and this is looking like it might be game right here.
Definitely. I'm counting it already. He deserves it, though. Honestly, very well played from Trino. Very good setup, very well thought out team. I think this shows a lot about him as a player, how he kept his composure from that very close second game, in the verge of being eliminated from the tournament. But Trino's bringing it back, the people's champ, just on to grand finals after this, huh?
Oh, this is crazy. What an adaptation here from Trino, and now Metagross has to Dynamax right here, but cannot because Lapras Dynamaxed earlier. Body Press and Drain Punch should be more than enough, even after activating the weakness policy. Trino just played this beautifully and is getting himself his run back against Whitest in the grand finals qualifying. Trino's Regirock team was a thing of beauty. Those are GGs. Everybody in the chat is supporting both of their boys, and Trino qualifies himself into the grand finals, Tacos. This is ridiculous right now. Ridiculous.
Oh god. Honestly, that was one of the best sets, I think, personally. That was a pretty good set. close
was
game.
a
That
beautiful
comeback on
set.
Trino at the end, like so close. At the second game, God, that was really very impressive stuff from both players. I think grand finals are gonna be Trino getting the run back from winners finals, right?
Absolutely. And Trino's going to have to win 2 sets here against Widest. This is going to be absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. Strap on to your seatbelts because we're going to have Widest against Trino, the run back. Both of these two know each other. They're fighting to be the best. Widest was very, very convincing in the winner's side, but this is a whole new Trino. He's shown that he can adapt. He adapted to the beat strategy very, very well. And Trino is now in the grand finals, the people's champion against Widest. Can Widest, though, silence the crowd? He's been very, very good at that. You are his only fan right now, Tacos, and he has not disappointed you, but he has broken everybody else's hearts.
Yeah, that's Widest. That's your boy. Look at him with the little Gengar profile picture on Discord. He's sick. Widest is the GOAT, honestly. But Trino, the people's champ. Everybody knows how good he can be. The clutch box moments where he just kind of he's there, dude. He's trying to play, dude. You think he's out? I got some left in the tank, you know. Like he's ready. But it promises to be a pretty cool set. Pretty close one. I remember last time he just kind of got edged out while this was ready, and honestly just clean outplayed him, and you gotta hold that. Sometimes it happens. You can't let that affect your play going forward. This new set, you have a lot of games to play, so clear your mind and have a deep breath to go to the next one and fight your best. We'll see how it goes. I'm kinda, my money's on Widest, but the people like to say otherwise, so
Absolutely.
We'll see.
And we're going to see their teams right now. We have Trino's team. Of course, that Regirock Bronzong special, but we saw that Widest countered it really, really smartly with that combination of Spectre and Registeel. Very nice defensive core.
I feel like this team is it's pretty even. Like these two teams, like they're pretty even. I like it. I like how they match up. Both have a legendary bird. I like this.
It's gonna be crazy. And before we start with the match, chat, I just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Mi Cuarto Retro Game. They bring the premium retro collecting stuff. Look at that beautiful Dreamcast in pristine conditions. You can only get this in Mi Cuarto Retro Game. They bring all of the cool tech. Look at these games. You can ask for any game, trust me. I was like, hey, can you get me like an unreleased version of Pokemon Gold and Silver from E3? And they're like, yeah, I'm on it, and they will get it for you. So make sure to message make sure to message the Facebook page. It's just like that, Mi Cuarto Retro Game. Look them up, and if you tell them you're coming from this stream, they will be sure to give you some discounts out there. So make sure to check that one out.
Use code Wolf at checkout. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, just say Wolf sent me, and they will give you a discount. Trust me on this one. Right now, we're connecting to both of the players, and you guys are wondering, Wolf, why is there no music? That is the reason I am bringing you the best Pokemon themes of all time, the Elite Four from Hoenn Anime. So enjoy. We're going to go straight into our grand finals. Trino has to win. He has to win 4 games. Widest has to win 2 because Trino's coming from the loser side and Widest is coming from winners. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. We're ready to start right now. Versus screen right here, and they have already led. Let's tell them they can start right now, but it seems that no turns have transpired. Everybody share the stream right now. Be like, this is the greatest Pokemon tournament ever. Come watch. Share it with your friends. Publish it on social media right now. Share Tacos. We're ready. We see the Indeedee Bronzong lead against Spectre Moltres.
Interesting. I like the leading off on the Moltres here. He's kind of playing it safe, going Indeedee Bronzong to make sure that Trick Room goes up. Clearly and ideally the whole core of his team is based off of it, so I do like this play on playing it safe. He might take some hit here, take an early disadvantage for it, But once you have that set up, it's just so hard to deal with it with the whole Trick Room stuff. So, we'll see how it goes. The Spectre and Moltres both are heavy hitters, so we'll see how it plays out.
Yep.
Going for the follow me. That's a taunt. Ooh, big
Trick Room
damage.
is
I like
up,
that.
though. I would like to see a raw switch if I was Tarantino. I would just raw tag right there, Marvel versus Capcom style, and just bulldoze. Pray that it's the right move. Indeedee, though, gonna try to get a little bit of chip on the Spectre. Maybe Bronzong might be busting out those body presses, and the Moltres Spectre lead has been troublesome for Trino, to say the least.
Been working out very well for Whitus. I don't know. Ever since I saw the Moltres, I was like, that area. I mean, that what is it? Fiery Wave or something? I know Heat Wave was the thing.
Yeah, Fiery Wrath right there.
Fiery Wrath. Dude, that move is so good. There's the clean 50% on a clean 2-hit KO on both of these. So that's a big lead, I would say. Half of his Regirock Bronzong duo core is gone, and the Indeedee like utility is gone. So, and bringing out the Registeel. We'll see how it goes.
Trick Room is up, and Regirock doesn't mind chucking rocks at Moltres at all. He cannot be burnt right here. That Flare Blitz doing so much damage to Landorus and burning it. Max Rockfall should be enough. No, Moltres lives by the skin of its teeth, activates his weakness policy, and this is absolutely tragic right now. Trino could bring it back if the Hailstorm is good enough for him, but no, lives on 1%. That Moltres was beautifully trained, and you have to clutch it out right here with the Regirock. I am thinking maybe the best play right here is to do a Max Knuckle onto something, get your boost up right there. You know, the Sandstorm's gonna get rid of Moltres anyway. Might as well target the Lando, get a Max Knuckle, boost it up, and just hope that he misplays. Goes for the Max Knuckle. Very smart from Trino. Burn damage is real, though. It flew. Okay, interesting stuff. Lander's flying right there. Another Max Knuckle could hurt the Registeel very deeply, though, so this is by no means over. Regirock is still a tank. He's still a very powerful Pokemon.
Interesting. Ooh, Registeel with that Iron Defense up. I don't think another Knuckle is gonna make it. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna kill now. So it's looking. Oof. Yep,
but a crit Drain Punch could seal the deal here, Tacos.
Ooh, crit Drain Punch is definitely what the doctor ordered. Honestly, if it goes that way, but we still have the Spectre, we still have the Registeel, so definitely. A slight lead for Whitus here, but still not out of the woodwork yet, you know? Tarantino can bring it back whenever if his Regirock gets to connect a nice Drain Punch and maybe get a crit. That would definitely put you back into the game 100%.
Absolutely.
So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what they're taking this time on this turn.
He really Burn is clutch. Iron Defense once more, and no crit Drain Punch. Oh, this is looking bad for Trino. Yep. He's gonna have to spray and pray with the Rock Slide maybe, but Registeel is faster, so this is looking like a 1-0 for Whitus.
He was playing to his outs. He honestly was playing to his outs. What can you do? Very smart, going for the Will-O-Wisp, not getting overexcited, because if you go for a hit and then he Drain Punches, gets a crit, that's how it starts, you know? So that'll be it. That's 1-0 Whitus, and we're on to game 2.
Yep, Whitus one game away.
How did I dissect it? Yes, one game away from taking the whole thing. Match point. We definitely shown. Whitus has definitely shown that he's definitely knows how to dissect this strategy from Tarantino with the Trick Room and forcing out the Indeedee lead. Kind of making him play a bit off tempo, if that makes any sense, where Tarantino's a little bit uncomfortable in sequencing here. But let's not count him out. I know he can. Tarantino's capable of doing the adaptation necessary to at least get on the board, because Whitus has definitely got his number recently in these last couple of games. So we'll see.
It's been convincing for Whitest all 3 games they've played in this tournament. I know that Tarantrino fam is quiet right now, but I want to see them be very, very loud at the moment. Please show up to support your boy. All the Whitest supporters, make sure to show up as well. This could be the last game of the tournament. It all comes down to how both of these players play. And Trino has been adamant about both the Regirock lead and the Bronzong lead. But we have never seen a Marowak lead, for example, or a Dracovish lead. It's going to be very interesting. We see the Trino fam right there supporting the boy. Is there any Whitest fans in chat? Press W if you're a Whitest fan. And right now, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here. Tacos with the W. What a clutch W right there. And let's see the adaptations.
The dogs.
W.
W.
Oh my god, this is gonna be
I'm
crazy.
excited to see what the lead is, to be fair. Like, I'm not sure what they're gonna do here, because some adaptation needs to be done. I don't blame Whitest for going for the same lead, Moltres and the Ghost Horse, but I could also see him starting with the Reggie Electric just to do something. But
they both double down.
Same leads, doubling down. I'm definitely happy if I'm Whitest in this situation, but type play here could definitely make some hard reads and play around some stuff. It could go either way, of course, first turn. I think this turn will say a lot of this specific match. Yeah.
And the chat saying
think Tarantrino is definitely in the tank, because he knows how much this matters, and Tarantrino, like, wants this dub. I know he doesn't want to leave this tournament, you know, going 0-4 against Whitest, so.
Absolutely. You never want to go 0-4 against anyone, because that does mental damage. And right now, Trino is going to have to think of a new strat right here. Let's see what he brings to the table. The chat is saying, Trino, dale con la silla. This is not lucha libre, but it certainly feels like it because of all the excitement and all the hype. Both of these players are thinking about the stuff. Follow me. Nice. The Trick Room is going to be set up right here, but Bronzong flinches. This is tragic for Trino. Oh my god, this is the worst case scenario for Trino. That flinch might have ruined everything. Bronzong is going to have to live on a low roll, but both of them die. The only way Trino brings this one back is if a Will-O-Wisp misses right here. Oh my god, this is so tense. You have to dodge the Will-O-Wisp with your life, and maybe there's a chance because Dracovish hits like a truck, but this is just so rough. That flinch was crucial. Dracovish was the right adaptation, but it might have come in a little bit too late, Tacos.
They really do be like that sometimes. That's why we all love the game, right? And Pokemon is Pokemon, and we see it protect. Will-O-Wisp going after the Regirock. Max Darkness does a big chunk of damage.
Ooh, tries to get rid of the horse, but it's coming down to, can you dodge the Will-O-Wisp? It literally comes down to dodgeball if Trino even wants to have a shot at this.
Is doubling down on this Will-O-Wisp. I can feel he's doubling down for sure.
You have to, otherwise Regirock sweeps. You have to, Tacos.
Yeah, you have to double down. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Goes for the double protect. Oh, and Will-O-Wisp lands. Dracovish is gone. Oh, this is a heartbreaking grand finals for the Trino Nation, but I gotta give it to Whitest. He has just played incredibly beautiful stuff. The Max Darkness is gonna be chipping out right here. The burn damage, he's trying to get through it with the rock falls, but it's not doing quite enough damage after the burn. And this is just so much damage. He went for the double protect, risked it all right there, and it just didn't pay off. You gotta give it to Whitest. Whitest played out of his mind right now, and it seems that there is just no way of bringing this one back, especially with the burn right here. No speed control. Landers just tags in, gonna go for a quick earthquake, and this should be the end of it. Protects.
It's rough. You're whipping out a 4-0 on your boy. Oh no, you hate to see it. I mean, is there a world where this comeback could be possible. I don't think he even
No.
has the power to power through so many Pokemon left, you know?
Yeah,
like, there's no
Regirock.
Pokemon that will actually do enough damage, so it just is what it is.
It is what it is, and we have our first official TA Wolf Tournament Series VGC Pokemon Series 9 2021 champion. Shoutouts to Whitest for getting that W. That was definitely amazing stuff right there. So you gotta give it to Whitest, you know. That was definitely beautiful gameplay. Shoutouts to everybody that participated tonight. This was crazy. The Trino Nation is in shambles right now, but it was so solid from Whitest. You gotta give it to him.
Takes it, dude. White is the champ, #1. He's putting yo, tweet it out, do something, dude. Put it on Discord bio. You deserve it, bro. That was very nice. You definitely worked hard for it. Felicidades, le metiste sólido. Eres el maestro de los Pikachu.
Maestro Pokemon.
I mean, whatever. But dude, you played out of your mind. So congrats. It was really sick. I enjoyed your play. I like your choice of Pokemon. So congrats again. Well played. Again, well played and congrats. Shout out to all the competitors that played today. Thank you for taking your time out to play with us. Shout out to Trino making that sick run. Kind of held that 0-4, but come back next time stronger. You know, show them why you're the people's champ.
Absolutely. And with that, we're gonna end the stream, guys. I'm just gonna remind you. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. CST, we have the Melee tournament where Tacos would be competing. So you gotta cheer on the boy. It's gonna be great. If you guys like Melee, make sure to tune in. And if you guys like this content, if you guys enjoy the TA Wolf Tournament series, make sure to share it with all your friends. Follow the channel, subscribe, and donate if you feel like it, because it really goes a long way in taking off the time to bring this content, these tournaments for you guys. I hope all the players enjoy the tournament. I hope all the chat enjoyed the content. This was an amazing stream, and I am gonna lead you guys to my good friend El Necio Fighting Games. He is one of my best friends in the world, so make sure to show the love. Say TA Wolf Tournament Series is the best tournament, and spam his chat as much as you can. Love all of you, everybody, and a special shout out to Tacos for being the best co-commentator I could ever ask for. Shout outs to Tacos out there. Everybody give him a follow. And with that, we end the stream. Peace out, everybody.
Shout out to you, Wolf. Peace out. Peace.